Tonight, Channel 14 presents same-night coverage of the University of New Mexico Lobos against the San Diego State University Aztecs. Coach Joe Lee Dunn brings the Wolf back home to University Stadium to face first-year coach Denny Stoltz and the unpredictable Aztecs. Lobo football on Channel 14 is brought to you in part by Ajax Mobile Homes. We've got the spirit, and it shows. By Coors Premium Beer, the beer with a difference worth tasting. Coors is the one. And by Coors Light, the Silver Bullet. There's no slowing down with the Silver Bullet.
Welcome to University of New Mexico Football Stadium. Hi, everybody. This is Connie Alexander along with Gary Ness. We're here tonight for a pivotal Western Athletic Conference football game between the Lobos and the Aztecs from San Diego State. The Aztecs led by a new coach, Denny Stoltz, who was the Big Ten Coach of the Year back in 1974 at Michigan State University. He has gone to San Diego and has been quoted as saying, "We can build one of the elite programs in America right here in San Diego State." He's out to do just that. Two great quarterbacks to watch tonight. Billy Rucker for the University of New Mexico, averaging about 2.25 per game on total offense. And for San Diego State, watch Todd Santos, number 8. He has passed for 5,700 yards in a little over 2 seasons, and at that pace, he will break Doug Flutie's all-time college passing yardage record. Gary, I look for another good football game tonight. Last week we said we were going to have a wide-open game. We didn't get that, but I think we will get it tonight.
I believe you're right, Connie. In addition to the two quarterbacks you've named, the viewers will get used to hearing the name of Chris Hardy, their excellent running back, Bob Awalt, their tight end, who may be the best at that position in the country. And there are some good defensive players, too. Levi Assini, their middle guard, is like a sumo wrestler with speed. And Sauter, their deep safety, is one of the best in the league. So there are some good defenses as well. The Lobos tonight will have to soften the line of scrimmage by running the ball a little bit better, perhaps returning to their wishbone some, and also some more draws and screens as well. So the Lobos can win this. They'll need an effort like they had at BYU and at Tennessee.
And we'll be back with the kickoff in just a minute.
San Diego State about to kick off. Lobos have the wind in their faces, and back is Stevenson to receive the kickoff.
And the kick by Rahill to Stevenson, bringing it out in trouble at the 15-yard line. Finally brought down out at the 30-yard line, and we're going to take another look.
Stevenson eludes the pile. Nice run back.
That's Rogers in motion. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. And Rucker's first aerial falls incomplete. Offensively, that Lobo interior, Maney, playing at center. He missed some practices earlier this week with a severe bruise. And the Lobo backfield, Burgess is coming off a sprained ankle, but is expected to be okay tonight. And the wide receivers, you'll see James running along with Kelly an awful lot. And James is at the left wideout right now for the Lobos. And the completion to Mathis, and it's not enough for the first down out at the 37-yard line. It'll bring up third, where Steve Lauder makes the tackle. He's transferred from the University of Washington. The defensive lineup for the Aztecs. Levi Assini is the big guy that Gary was talking about in the pregame, weighs 260. They're linebackers, and they've made a couple of late switches there at lineback. Chris Jensen is starting in place of Richard Brown, and Early is starting in place of Nixon. And the Lobos get a first down out near midfield. Kevin Burgess, who has been slowed up somewhat by the sprained ankle, goes for good yardage.
Inside veer out of the wishbone. I hope we see some more of that tonight. Try to soften up that great big defensive front from San Diego State.
Lobos just outside their 47-yard line. The defensive tackles weigh 260 and 250 for the San Diego Aztecs. And Mathis loses it. Hicks was covering him. Mathis, the Lobos' leading receivers, with 13 catches, 182 yards.
Things really look good for the Lobo offense right now. Even though that was an incompletion, they're not covered very closely. They've run the ball when they had to, so right now they still look like they're in control.
Temperature about 70 degrees and the wind velocity somewhere close to 15 miles per hour. Relative humidity 20%. And some activity in the neutral zone before the snap. Illegal procedure against the Lobos, and it's going to be a 5-yard fine. The minute and 10 seconds gone. We're going to take another look. Look at the left side of the line.
Watch for Terrence Donaldson, number 26.
Dead ball.
In fact, that
illegal procedure on the offense. Second down.
That was even quicker than when he jumped off originally.
He fired out of that.
He really did. He knew he was on replay.
I think the replay got speeded up just a little bit. Mathis along a sideline, and he's got the first down at the Aztec 40. May have stepped out of bounds back up the way, though. And they're going to really step up just outside the 45 as he did that tightrope back down the far sideline. So it's going to be third and about 3.
Now Mathis is in motion, and he tries to look for a place behind the cornerback, but between the safety. He found the place, but unfortunately he stepped out.
Third down, about 3 at the Aztec 46-yard line. And Rogers gets the first down, and he's knocked out of bounds around the 36 of San Diego State by Harold Hicks. Looking for Coach Denny Stoles. I don't see Denny there yet.
Not in that picture.
Maybe he's out to dinner.
I doubt it, Coach.
Now we have triple receivers after the motion. Trips to the right, and a great catch by Rogers, but they ruled it incomplete. It was stripped from him by Lauder, that outstanding strong safety for San Diego. Transferred from University of Washington, and when he was a high school senior, Nebraska, UCLA, USC were all talking with him.
All right, watch this now. Mathis is at the bottom. Now in this play, he exchanges routes with Rogers. Rogers is running in the flat. That's who Billy's throwing to. That pass is the only possible place Rogers could read it, but reach it.
There's a roadblock, and Rogers is nailed for no gain. Lyndon Early, a 170-pound freshman, was the first man there. Early is ordinarily a cornerback, but they've moved him to the starting outside linebacker position in place of Chuck Nixon. The ball on the 36 of San Diego State. Third down, 10 to go. Good catch by Rogers for the first down on the 25-yard line, and it was a perfect strike by Billy Rucker.
As the season progresses, Flynn Rogers, number 24 on your screen there, becomes the clutch receiver. He is very tough, and Joe Lee Dunn in your picture there, he appreciates it very much.
Keep going, keep going. Hold it.
Shane Hall, number 8, in motion. And the pass to Mathis for another first down. As Billy Rucker is rocking and rolling, and Clarence Nunn was the man who came in for the hit.
We see Shane Hall going in motion there. Now the defense secondary did not adjust to motion to the short side of the field. That's why Terrence Mathis, number 15, is wide open.
Mathis has caught 3 for 24, and Rucker is 4 for 7 through the air lanes so far. Another first down, this at the 12 of the Aztecs. And the wishbone, and Burgess chops off 6 yards. Kevin Burgess, a 187-pound senior from Sylmar, California. There are about a dozen Californians on the Lobo roster. San Diego's top 50 players About 85% of their team comes from the state of California. Second down 4 on the 6-yard line of the Aztecs as the Lobos have really been moving along. They started on the 30. Billy Rucker. First contact was by Randy Kirk, number 35, 225-pound linebacker.
Now watch Billy. There's the fake to Burgess. Now he pulls the ball out, and he's following right behind 33 Vaughn Simmons, but Vaughn misses the block on the linebacker right there. 35 has him in the grasp.
Third down just inside the 5-yard line. 3 yards needed for a first down. Burgess to the 1, and Burgess gets a first down, and the Lobos have a whole new sequence of downs coming up. Again, Randy Kirk on the tackle.
Let's give some credit to that offensive front there. Those big guys have kept the Aztecs out of their backfield, and they're pushing heavier people backwards as this drive progresses.
Just 2 feet away. There'll be a little bit of a loss here. Burgess. Pettit is the contact man, number 94. He's a 250-pound senior.
Now there's a stunt here. Watch, right there is a stunning linebacker, and right there, I think that's Brown. But the only way you can get him in the backfield is to stunt.
From the 2-yard line, second down and goal. Rogers hits the barricade back about the original line of scrimmage. Brett Ferranez makes the tackle, a 210-pound junior defensive end. So it'll be third down and goal at the half-yard line.
What San Diego State's trying to do is to try to penetrate on the line of scrimmage and keep Billy Rucker from going down the line to execute that option. Make him pitch it early and just make a sweep out of it.
And Billy is bear hugged down on the 2-yard line, so that San Diego defense has dug in. And in 3 downs, they have pushed the Lobos back about a yard, and so it's fourth and goal.
Now watch, let's see if he would have given it, if this was a read and he'd give it to the fullback, Burgess, would he have scored? I think he might have. But he didn't read it that way. I think they had an option called, a predetermined call to the outside.
And the Lobos are calling for a timeout with 9:37 left in the first quarter. And as we take a quick break, it's a scoreless first period. Lobos facing fourth and goal. Watch great Lobo football action as the Lobos host conference rival University of Texas El Paso Saturday, October 11th at 10 o'clock right here on KGSW TV, channel 14. So here's the fourth down play. Two yards away. Rucker rallies his troops. The Aztecs digging in. Gives it to the bread and butter guy, Burgess, and he doesn't make it. And a great goal line stand by San Diego State.
Let's see if they try a trap play here. They got out of the wishbone. No, it wasn't a trap, but there's Leviasini. There he is. He is a toughie. Came through the line low on his knees, got up and made the tackle on Burgess.
94, Dwayne Pettit. Number 40, Rob Graff. Aztec offense. And those guys are big inside. They average somewhere around 265, 270. Offensive interior. Nice defensive work by Cole. Tom Cole, number 56. And the backfield, and that's quite a trio there. Hardy is a fine runner, and Gilmore can do it, and they both catch a lot of passes from Santos. And the receiving core. Second down from the San Diego 4. A long 8 yards needed. And Hardy trying to get it out of there. The Lobo defense led by Fred Mady, number 77.
You don't want to let number 34, Chris Hardy, get any room to run.
The Lobos front four. You'll see Philip Cole an awful lot there at right outside linebacker. And the linebacking group, Whitehead at right corner did a good job in his debut as a Lobo cornerback last week at Texas Tech. Here's Santos, first pass of the night. Pumping, reloading, the bomb. Oh my goodness. Danny Lara slipped down at the 42-yard line of the Lobos, and he is still down, and that is the reason that receiver Kenny Moore was so wide open. Lara slipped. Now he's on his feet, but he falls back down again at the 38-yard line of San Diego. We're talking about Denny Lara, who slipped, and he may have a sprained ankle. He may have a knee problem. Whatever it is, Toe Deem and Larry Willock are out there helping him off. And when Lara slipped, then Kenny Moore was about 40 yards behind everybody.
Well, that's the good news, bad news. The good news is that he dropped the ball, but the bad news is that if they lose Danny Lara, that's going to require an adjustment on their defense.
Danny Lara is their number one tackler with 29 tackles. The Lobos have held San Diego to a punting situation here on 4th and long, and Wayne Ross will be punting. Gets it away, sort of shanks it, and it'll be out of bounds in the neighborhood of the Aztec 40-yard line. They're going to call it out on the Aztec 42 from where the Lobos will take over in this scoreless first quarter, 8 minutes left.
Announcing the sale of the year. New Golf's only $37 per month. It's University Volkswagen's new easy-to-own payment plan. 12 special purchase Golfs, only $20 per month.
We want to thank Frank's Supply for supplying our end zone camera platform in this Lobos telecast on Channel 14. 1st and 10 for the Pack, and Burgess finds a crease in that Aztec defense, and he gets about 4 or 5 yards. Randy Kirk comes in to close the slot.
Not only does that get 4 or 5 yards, but that tells that defensive front, you'd better stay home and man your post on the line of scrimmage as we watch. Now see, the tackle is left on block. 33 is playing the tackle position, and he cannot reach. Kevin runs right by him.
2nd down, 6 to go at the 38-yard line of San Diego State with Rogers in motion. Little crossing action in there. Harold Barlow comes up to meet Kevin Burgess. Barlow is a 220-pound defensive end for San Diego. San Diego with some big kids. So it's going to be 3rd and a little over 5 for the Lobos. No score, about 7 minutes to go in the first period. Rucker looking for Rogers, and the interference is going to be called as the defender got in Rogers' way. The flag is thrown down on the 10, so it looks like it'll be a 15-yard penalty against San Diego.
Now Glenn's running a seam route right straight up the field. Now he has position. Billy saw it, lobbed the ball up there. Now the only thing the defensive back could do was just put himself between Rogers and the ball, but that set him up for the penalty.
So here is the 15-yard walk-off, and it'll be a 1st down for the Lobos.
Pass interference on the defense. 1st down.
Tonight's officials, Jack Baker, I believe we saw him earlier this year in one of the WAC games. Billy Rucker under pressure from Farinez, looking to the end zone, and picked off for a touchback. The interception, it'll be a touchback. Ball hit Mathis, he couldn't hold it. And coming up with it is Lyndon Early, number 21, with the interception.
Let's see if Billy had room to run. It looked as though he had room to run for his first down if he wanted to here. He's broken containment. Now he sees Mathis in the end zone, but the defenders closed on him well, and the ball pops up in the air. Lyndon Early with a reception, and then San Diego dodges the bullet for the second time.
Interception in the end zone, and it brings it out as an automatic touchback to the 20-yard line of San Diego. And they run out of an eye with a slot to the right side. Little counter action up to the 25, 26-yard line, and Chris Hardy is the man on the carry. Their leading rusher with 187 yards. Also catches a lot of passes. Torrey Edwards is the tackler. Torrey with his 21st tackle of the year. Had 9 unassisted tackles coming into the game, and he's made 3 tackles for losses this year. The Lobo defensive end, Torrey Edwards, number 47. Second down, a long 4 for San Diego, just inside their 26. Santos on a 5-step drop, and he's got Hardy at the 30, close to the first down. Tackled by Gassaway, number 46. Gassaway still overcoming that arthroscopic surgery on his knee. He's functioning at about 90% with that knee.
And Donnie Gassaway is also from the San Diego area, so he definitely wants to do well this game.
First down on the Aztec 30. Reed into the backfield for Gilmore for San Diego now at fullback. First down at the 30-yard line. Flags on the play as they hand it off to Hardy. So a violation by the San Diego Aztec team. Penalty back to the 25, and it's going to be first and 15
ball foul,
from there.
Illegal procedure on the offense.
All right, if we see a replay here, watch the right side of the line. Move, get up. Once you put your hand down, you can't move until the ball is snapped.
Pro set for San Diego. The bomb for Moore, and the double coverage, and Santos missed the target. Whitehead and Crum, the cornerbacks, were covering Moore. Moore's caught 9 passes this year, a 5'11 senior out of Los Angeles, 180 pounds.
That was man coverage, and Marcel Weiss has replaced Danny Lara in the Lobo secondary, and Marcel was man for man on the tight end. That was thrown where he usually lines up, but he was in the flat with the tight end.
Second and 15 from the Aztec 25. There's Umdenstock on the scene with a bunch of other Lobos. Umdenstock number 51, a flag thrown. Looked like a juggled snap. Illegal procedure signal against San Diego.
And if you want to see someone who's upset, Todd Santos with his helmet off there is having words with his center because he was pulling out.
Dead ball foul, illegal procedure on the offense.
You see center 77 had the ball. He just held it up behind himself there because Todd had already pulled out. He had forgotten the snap count.
Wells, the center, weighs 260. It's second and 20 for San Diego after 2 successive 5-yard illegal procedure penalties. And over the middle, it's Hardy, and he's dumped on the 29 by Cole. So it'll bring up 3rd and 11. Hardy on the reception. Caught 10 before tonight. He's an all-whack runner, 1,150 yards rushing last year, weighs 185.
And believe me, Tom Cole made a good open field tackle on Chris Hardy right there.
Just inside San Diego State's 29. Game has been played almost entirely in San Diego's end of the field. Still scoreless with a little under 5 minutes left first quarter. Santos being tracked by Umdenstock and Gassaway. Gassaway with the shoestring tackle.
Now, believe me, this was not designed to be a run for Todd Santos. The coverage was good, but the containment was lost on the top of the screen there. You see Umdenstock chasing him. And 46, Donnie Gasaway will appear on the screen just to trip him up, but you saw Todd pass the first down marker there, so he did gain a first down for them.
First down at the 40-yard line of San Diego State. Beautiful defensive play by Gasaway. Hardy on the carry, breaking a tackle, and all the way down to the Lobo 41-yard line goes Chris Hardy, the senior out of San Diego. He's quite an athlete. He can make a 32-inch vertical jump.
As we watch this replay, now watch this sweep. He carries the ball back, makes it look like a pass first, and then it's a draw, but it's designed to go outside. Donnie Gasaway, of all people, had a clean shot at Chris Hardy, but that Chris Hardy is hard to tackle.
Second down, about a yard to go at the 49-yard line of San Diego. Santos had plenty of protection and a good catch down at the Lobo 39 by Brett Blanchard, the wide receiver. His 9th catch of the year. He's a guy who was recruited by BYU. That will tell you something about his receiving ability.
And the reason that Todd had that time that you mentioned, Connie, is that of the excellent running fake off of that play. That froze the linebackers, that froze the front, gave Todd Santos the time.
Number 29, Morris Givehand, into the game for the Lobos now at free safety. San Diego is moving now. First down at the Lobo 39-yard line. And a little crossing pattern. And this one's completed to Blanchard.
And Jeff McDonald, who had to tackle him, that is really a mismatch because Awalt is 6'5" and 240 and may be the best tight end in the country. But once again, it's the running fake which gives Todd Santos the time. That freezes the defensive front.
Second down on the 32-yard line, 2nd and 3 at the Lobo 32. And Hardy's trying it again. Good work by Hardy for the first down after he was corralled. Tom Cole brought him down, number 56. Number 47 is Torrey Edwards.
A great back changes his direction. Now watch Chris Hardy. This play is designed to go outside, and you saw all the shirts pass him, and he is the single man who could cut back against the grain, and he made that first down on his own.
Hardy, 5 carries for 21 yards so far tonight. A little over 4 average per carry. Here's a draw play. And the draw goes to Gilmore. And Gilmore dances for some good yardage before number 36, Jeff McDonald, hauls him down. McDonald is a sophomore at 210 for the Lobos at the rover position.
San Diego State is effectively using draws to freeze the line of scrimmage and give Santos some time, and about the time they look for Santos to throw, that they run the draw, and very effectively.
Just outside the Lobo 20, second down and about 3 to go. No score, 1:45 left, first quarter. Moore in long motion to the right side, out of the I formation. Santos gets it away, incomplete. Double coverage on Moore, covered by Crum. And also coverage by number 20 for the Lobos.
All right, Marcel Weiss on coverage, but Philip Vaughn was the guy you saw hit Todd Santos just as he released the ball, and that's why he threw it away.
Marcel Weiss, number 20. Lara has not yet come back in the game. We'll try to get a report on him for you. He's the free safety who was injured. Some kind of a leg injury. The draw once more, this time to Gilmore. And the Lobos have this one figured out. Somebody's been reading the San Diego Mail. Umdenstock and Gasaway, the linebackers, make the tackle on the Lobo 25. It'll be 4th and about 8.
This is where preparation helps you. Bob Umdenstock was looking for this play. In this situation, down in distance, that's their tendency.
Field goal kicker is in. He's going to try one from 42 yards. He's 2 for 3 on field goals. He has the range. He's got a little help from the wind. It looks good, and it is good, and San Diego leads 3-0 with 59 seconds left in the first quarter. A strong breeze helped Rahill for the 42-yard field goal. Your Lobo football in October with 2 great matchups. On October 18th, Lobos host the tough Utah Utes. And on October 25th, state rival New Mexico State travels to University Stadium to battle the Lobos. Both games at 10 o'clock on KGSW-TV, Channel 14. And a special thanks to American Toyota for supplying our sideline camera truck used in this Lobo football telecast on Channel 14.
Wow.
We must be in Hollywood.
That's, I can see why the cameras picked her out, don't you? Don't get flustered, Gary.
And a kickoff by San Diego State. Rahill will do the work with the help of that wind. Boy, does he ever launch this thing. Gee whiz, that's a 85-yard kick.
I believe they told him after Anthony Stevenson's good run back of the opening kickoff, don't let 25 bring it back up the field.
So the clock does not start since the ball was not touched by a member of the receiving team. That wind has really picked up. The flag is just standing straight out at the north end of the stadium. Billy Rucker has completed 4 out of 8 tonight. Fumble. And a San Diego lad comes up with the ball. That's Jensen.
This is a play we haven't seen before. This is a reach around draw. Billy runs around Burgess and tries to pass him the ball from the backside.
And so the turnover gives it to San Diego State, just inside the Lobo 15, almost to the 14-yard line. Here goes Hardy again, breaking the tackle of Torrey Edwards. And Hardy gets about 5 yards. This Lobo football telecast on Channel 14 brought to you in part by Coors Premium Beer, the beer with the difference worth tasting. Coors is the one. So it's on the 9 of the Lobos. And it'll be second down and about 5 to go for San Diego, leading 3-0 with 25 seconds left in the first period. San Diego will have to move into the win in the second quarter, which will have some effect on their passing game. Reception made by Blanchard and out of bounds around the 2-yard line.
This was an automatic call at the line of scrimmage by Todd Santos. He saw the cornerback off of the receiver, and so he's just going to take a 3-step drop and whip it out there. Of course, there's not that much yardage to go to the end zone, so that turned out to be a good play for him.
It's a 1st and 10 for San Diego. 1st and goal as they're down just outside the 2. And here goes Hardy, a flag on the play as Hardy is dropped on the 2-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
Let's take another look.
Full house backfield, so he has 2 backs in front of him. Give the ball to Chris Hardy. Let him find an opening along the line of scrimmage anywhere. But there wasn't much of one there.
And a penalty half the distance to the goal.
Offsides on the defense.
Still a first down for San Diego. And now just a little over a yard away from a touchdown. Hardy knocking at the door, and he's got the touchdown. And San Diego moves into a 9-0 lead.
As they in-pile here, let's look at this play once more. Got an unbalanced line. You have 4 men on the left of the line of scrimmage. You got 2 backs in front. This is off of the old single wing type action, except it's a handoff rather than a direct snap. In other words, nothing cute about this. Just put everything you can in front of the ball carrier and hope he gets that last 2 yards in the end zone, which he did.
Rahill will try the extra point. He's got it. And it's 10-0 San Diego, and the first quarter is over. So after 1 period, San Diego State 10, Lobos nothing. And Rahill kicking off into the wind. You see the effect of that wind. This is a 60-yard kick. Mathis bobbles it and dumped on his own 12-yard line.
Well taken by Terrence Mathis.
So you get an idea of the velocity of the wind. That kickoff by Rahill was 60 yards. The one with the wind went 85 yards.
Well, getting it out only to the 12 means that the Lobos are in bad position back there, but they do have the wind at their backs, and if they can just hang on to the ball and cash in on their opportunities, they would still be ahead at this point.
San Diego's defensive front slightly overshifted to the right. Rucker slightly off the target. Rogers with 9 receptions coming in to this game, covered by Harold Hicks. Denny Stoll says this San Diego team has a lot of talent, and they're demonstrating that.
I would agree with that. They have. And if you look back through the years, San Diego State has put a lot of players into professional football, as much as any other WAC team, in fact.
Second down for the Lobos at their own 12-yard line, trailing 10-0, early second quarter. Hard rushes by Jensen, intended for Jensen, or for Hall. The coverage was by Lauder.
Number 8.
Well, that's twice in a row. Now Billy's thrown behind his receiver. Now watch the block on 43. The nice block there by Kevin Burgess. Kevin is able to get that containment. That allows Billy some extra time. But it's that backside pressure that Texas Tech gave him trouble with last week that is bothering him again.
Third down 10. Again, a lot of heat on Rucker. Completes it to Ned James. And Ned is up to the 25, and he's got a first down.
Complete to Ned James. Billy Rucker. Pick up with the Lobo, 1st and 10.
Well, it's like making your scrambling par in golf. Here you are. You're making the best of a bad situation. Billy escapes containment, and he's running into the sideline. He knows the sideline's coming up, and he's running out of room. So he flips it. It's a short pass to Ned, but Ned does a nifty move there. That gains him the extra 7 yards and the first down.
Andy Damon, number 58, doing some great defensive work for San Diego there. First down on the Lobo 25. And the pitch to Burgess.
Carried by Kevin Burgess.
Hicks on the tackle. Burgess gets some more good yardage. He rushed for 176 yards in the first 3 games, an average of 4.2. He took it all the way to the 34, a 9-yard gain. Billy Rucker got part of that for him as he turned the corner and then made the pitch out.
Yes, and Billy paid the price because he really got nailed just after he pitched the ball.
2nd and 1 at the Lobo 34. Lobos behind by 10. And Burgess hops to midfield and on to the San Diego 42-yard line before Lauder brings him down.
What the Lobo coaches have discovered is that on the weak side of the formation, that's the side with one less eligible receiver, there are fewer defenders in the secondary. So if they can break at the line of scrimmage, either with an option or, as we see right there, Burgess on the veer from off of the wishbone, there is really nobody to tackle him until the safety or secondary can adjust.
Good blocking by 85, Pat Capitola, who is a wide receiver. First down at the San Diego State 42 with Mathis in motion. And the quarterback draw. And Rucker dances for 3. And Damon brings him down. Burgess having a good rushing night. 58 yards after that 26-yard burst. He's carried it 9 times, so he's averaging better than 6 yards a carry.
And once again, they sent motion to the wide side of the field and ran back weak into that adjusted San Diego defense.
2nd and 7 on the 39. Begs for Part, left tackle. Out of bounds. Lobos' last touch is still their ball. Rogers was the man who juggled at number 24. Lyndon Early was after at number 21. Last in possession of the Lobos before it went out of bounds, so they retain possession, but they lose yardage to the 44, just outside the 43. So it is 3rd down, a little over 11, and Lobo football action on Channel 14, brought to you in part by Ajax Mobile Homes. We got the spirit, and it shows. Rucker in trouble again. Gets it away. Out of the reach of Rogers. Well, that San Diego rush is harassing Billy Rucker.
Well,
Levy Assini, number 97, was the key pressure there.
And Levy comes from lining up over the center. You see 97 just throw the center down. Now watch to the left of your screen. He's still pursuing. Now Billy's trying to set up and throw, but he can't. Brett Ferniers is right in his face, but he couldn't get the ball to Glenn Rogers.
4th down. Deep receivers for San Diego, Gilbreth and Williams. And punting for the Lobos, number 4, Ron Keller, 11th in the nation with a 44.7 average. With the wind, he boots it, trying to get it to the corner. And it hits in the end zone for a touchback. And San Diego will operate from its own 20. 2:10 gone, 2nd quarter. And the score, San Diego State 10, Lobos nothing.
People tend to confuse me with the roles I play, which is ridiculous because I'm not a neat freak. For example, I just got a Beta Zoom copier from Minolta, but not because I can add toner without getting that disgusting black powder all over my hands. No, I got a Minolta Beta Zoom because it takes this mess of different size originals and gives back copies in one neat size automatically. But that doesn't make me a neat freak. Of course, I'm not a slob either.
And out of the I formation with the I back, Hardy in motion. Gilmore, the fullback, takes it, and Gassaway makes the tackle. Gassaway, and Lara is back in, number 28. Good to see Danny Lara back in there, the Lobos' number 1 tackler. Danny is limping a little bit on that left leg that was injured in the first quarter. Gilmore on the carry, and I started to mention Donnie Gassaway, the Lobo linebacker. He's playing a particularly inspired game tonight because he is from the city of San Diego. Jolie Dunn, the Lobo head coach. Surveying the scene, it's 2nd and about 4 for the Aztecs. Hardy was stopped and then got 4 or 5 more yards as he made his escape to the San Diego State 33-yard line. And Hardy, let's see what his rushing numbers are. 8 carries for 35 yards.
Now for the 2nd time tonight, we'll see Chris Hardy run right out of the arms of Donnie Gassaway. Watch Donnie. There he is, steps right in. Well, of course, Donnie had his feet cut out from under him in that play by the tight end's block.
1st and 10. And a hitch pass complete to the 41-yard line of San Diego. 36 is Jeff McDonald, Lobo tackler. 46, Gassaway. 7 is Kenneth Whitehead, the cornerback, switched from wide receiver. Alfred Jackson came into the game with 4 catches and 1 for a touchdown. Has great speed. 4.5 in the 40-yard dash. Good athlete. Vertical leap, 31 inches. 2nd down, about 3. Call it 2. And Hardy's got that and goes on to his 45 for another first down with 11 minutes remaining in the first half. San Diego State 10, the Lobos nothing. San Diego moving into a stiff win in the 2nd quarter.
Watch Donnie Gassaway come from the left side, number 46, to make this tackle. Come up through the rush there and make this fine tackle. Now, the San Diego State would would rather run the ball just as they're doing to make their first downs because that wind is very stiff. It's actually increased from when the game started.
First down, just inside the Aztec 45. Quick out to Jackson, the 165-pound sophomore from Tulare, California. Takes it to New Mexico's 45, where Thomas Crum makes the arrest. Crum, a pre-med major from Detroit. Another San Diego State first down, as they have moved it 35 yards after the kickoff and the touchback. And Santos has completed 8 out of 10 for 66 yards. Came into the game on the season 66% completions for 787 yards. He's completed 80% tonight. There goes Hardy through a big hole. And a flag is thrown as Hardy turns the corner and goes out of bounds at the 34 of the Lobos with Kenneth Whitehead defensively on the scene. And Hardy having a good night.
Well, Hardy knows, you saw his disgust there, he knows that one of these blockers to the top of the screen is holding. Now you see him watch, he's going to work off tackle from off tackle right there. Watch him go outside. There's 2 wide receivers out there, not in the screen yet. One had blocked Kenneth Whitehead from behind, thus the penalty.
And the ball is back at the spot of the snap now. And a walk-off against San Diego for 10 yards. Back to their 45.
Holding on the offense. Still first down.
So it'll be 1st and 20 for the Aztecs from their 45. That's San Diego's 4th penalty for 35 yards tonight. To Moore at the Lobo 38. Moore went downfield about 10-12 yards, then started angling across.
Now the important thing here is there is no heat on Todd Santos. I mean, not at all. He can stand there as long as he wants till he found his open receiver, Kenny Moore.
Number 73, the big blocker for San Diego State, weighs 255, Mike Knutson. You saw him defending, protecting his quarterback. Santos, the quarterback, a junior out of Selma, California. He's looking for Jackson. May have been some mixed-up signals there.
Oh, there sure was. He threw a comeback or a flag route, an outside cut, but the receiver looked over his inside shoulder running for the end zone. Todd Santos is an accurate passer.
He's completed 61% in his career, Gary, as you mentioned that accuracy. 5,727 yards coming into tonight. 455 completions, and both of those are school records at San Diego State, and that's a mouthful when you consider the fine quarterbacks that have come out of San Diego State and the fine passing quarterbacks.
Oh, they have quite a tradition.
Santos caught by a triumvirate of Lobos, Gassaway and Umdenstock and Vaughn 45. Santos is 6'2", 205. He's big enough to take care of himself out there.
Yes, he is. And no, the pressure is there, but he escapes out of the grasp there. The Lobos have to tackle them. They had their shots. There we see it. There we saw a picture of Denny Stoltz with the hat on.
Hardy in trouble near the line of scrimmage. Got maybe a yard before Orlando leveled him. Orlando weighs 260, a junior out of New Orleans.
Well, the Lobos have had shots at Chris Hardy and Todd Santos, and they seem to be falling off. I know that's frustrating. You think, well, you've got to tackle a man when you get a shot. You work through a blocker and do all that work and get a shot at the ball carrier and don't bring him down.
On the 32-yard line. Lobo territory. They trail 10-0. 9 minutes left in the first half. Backpedaling to pass Santos and a quick shot to Awalt. Awalt fights inside the 20. That big tight end, Robert Awalt, 240, 6'5", a senior from Sacramento, California. Now you may see him in the pros in the upcoming years. He caught 13 passes before tonight, 207 yards, one for a TD, and he had a touchdown pass against UCLA last week. He caught 5 passes against them.
Don't let that fella get a head of steam against you. He is tough to bring down, and he's a good-sized target.
And they got the first down just outside the Lobos' 18. There are the statistics on Santos. 10 for 13. And the Lobo defense swarms him. Cole was there, 56. Mady, number 77.
This is what you have to do to get pressure. You have to gamble a little bit, bring linebackers. Watch John Avila there, right there at the top of your screen. Now, he picked 2 people try to block him, so they missed Tom Cole. Tom gets turned, but Fred Mady gets him in the grasp. Good rush. They need more of that.
A 9-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 19. Fred Mady of the Lobos, 246, 6'1", a junior. Went to Sandia High in Albuquerque. Out of the shotgun. Santos did have a receiver in the vicinity. The general area to which he threw, Hardy, was down there. Some of the fans thought that was intentional grounding, but as long as you have an eligible receiver in the vicinity, that's okay.
Well, he was. The reason it looks that way is because he was also in the grasp of a defender, so that Torrey Edwards had him by the back of the shirt. Jolie knows they should stop him here.
3rd down and 19 at the Lobo 27. Middle of the 2nd quarter. And almost intercepted by Omdenstock as Santos was looking for Gilmore. Omdenstock had a great interception at BYU where he deflected the ball and then intercepted it himself.
Out of the shotgun. Now, there was a flag thrown back in the backfield by the referee. We'll see what this call is. Talking with Fred Mady with his hat off there is Bob Umdenstock that made the nice play on the pass coverage. What a season he's had.
Holding on the offense. Penalty is refused. 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and 19 as the Lobos decline the holding call against San Diego. And let's see if we can see the field goal kicker, number 3. No, the punter is going out. Field goal would be from about 43 yards into the wind, and I guess they figure that that'll just be a little too much. Their field goal kicker has a little better than 50-yard range. Ross, a nice spiral into the wind, but hits it a little too hard, and it's a touchback, and the Lobos will operate with the wind from their 20. 7:21 left in the half. The Lobos trail by 10. So the Lobos are ready to go from their own 20 after the touchback. They have 3 receivers to the right after Mathis is in motion there. And Rogers has a first down on the Lobo 31. Glenn Rogers, senior out of Phoenix, 5'7". Harold Hicks, 26, makes the tackle.
You very seldom see number 24 ever drop the ball. They like to go to him on clutch situations.
There's a flag, though, back down at the line of scrimmage. And the Lobos are retreating, so apparently they're the culprits. And here's a penalty of 10 yards.
Holding on the offense. 1st down.
It'll still be first, but 20 yards to go from the 20-yard line or 10-yard line of the Lobos. Rucker looking for Mathis at the 21. Our spotters tonight, Randy Dietz, spotting the San Diego State Aztec team. He's a veteran returning from the spotting corps of last year when he made all conference honors as a spotter. And our other spotter is Scott Jones, spotting the Lobos. from the Lobo Sports Information Office. And Rucker back to pass on 2nd and 20. He's got James at the 27, and James has a first down on the 32-yard line. James a little shaken.
Come on, Ned, get up. I think he probably got the wind knocked out of him there, but what James did, what Ned did, was he and Glenn Rogers, number 24, at the bottom of the screen, or the right of your screen as it appears here, both come down. One cuts in. It happened to be Ned. He was left unguarded for a moment. Billy hit him with the ball just right, and Ned gets his first down.
Brian Hicks on the tackle. James came into the game with 3 receptions, a converted quarterback. Tonight he's caught 2 for 34 yards. Last year he caught 7 for 154 yards. In fact, had a great performance as a receiver against San Diego State. He's also a California product. And he got the first down at the Lobo 31-yard line. We have 6:50 to go. Capitola will replace James. He's number 85 at the bottom of your picture. Pat Capitola, junior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, transferred from Potomac. Billy Rucker's figures, batting a little under 500 tonight. On the season, completed 54%, 36 out of 67. So he's still over 50% for the year.
I think we can hear that new PA system that they've installed here at the stadium. So some pretty good volume.
First down and 10 for the Lobos from their 31-yard line. Moving with a strong wind, about 20 to 25 miles per hour out of the south. And Billy is clobbered at the line of scrimmage by Chris Jensen, a 26-year-old former Green Beret, number 47, 240-pound senior.
All right, now, Billy elected to keep the ball himself and take it in off tackle on the weak side of the formation. That has been open, but right now San Diego State's adjusted their defense.
Pass to Arbon about the 40-yard line. Not enough for the first down, so it'll bring up 3rd. He was just within a yard or so. Mario Mitchell, number 9, makes the tackle. He was recruited by Nebraska, sophomore out of Compton, California.
Curl pattern by Keith Arbon. Arbon is a very good pattern receiver. That means he runs routes well.
His forward progress was up there just inside the 41, although that defender carried him back about 5 yards. It's 3rd down on the foot. And Billy Rucker goes to midfield for the first down. Billy Rucker, the Lobos' number 1 rusher, coming into the game with 204 yards. Steve Lauder, an honorable mention all-WAC player last year, is the man who makes the tackle for San Diego State. Good work by Billy Rucker.
Good camera work, too. You notice Billy didn't even look at his ball carrier. He looked at the tackle, and when he watched the tackle close on Burgess, he kept it.
Play-action pass looking for James deep. None on the coverage. Ned James. Ned's a great athlete and was in a battle for the quarterback role against Billy Rucker. And Rucker won out over him. Now the coaches have started running James at a wide receiver position because he is just such a good athlete. A guy that good just can't be sitting on the bench.
Plus, Ned's coming off arthroscopic knee surgery after spring practice, so he's made a remarkable recovery.
It's squarely on the 50-yard line. And Mathis complete and fights his way inside the 35 to the Aztec 34. Mathis, see how many recepts he has tonight. He has 4 catches for 46 yards. For the season, that gives him 17 for 226.
There he is. You see Billy reading the defensive tackle. Now he sees the zone coverage, and Mathis stops. He was not running any longer. He stopped at the opening in the zone coverage.
And Rucker hits the century mark in passing. 8 out of 17 for 100. Draw to Burgess. Burgess, a first down on the 19-yard line.
Now, the reason the draw works is Billy's completed a couple of passes. Now everybody's rushing, try to put pressure on him, and they run by the ball carrier. There he is, Kevin Burgess. We'll see some more of that as long as San Diego tries to put pressure on Billy Rucker.
And San Diego State calls a timeout now. Well, good luck at Clarence Nunn, number 27. Clock stop, 4:35 left. Second period. Lobos trail by 10. This is the nationally ranked Irish of Notre Dame travel to Pittsburgh to take on the tough Pitt Panthers. Don't miss this live football action Saturday, October 11th at 10:30 on KGSW TV Channel 14. Lobos first down on San Diego's 19-yard line on the pitch to Mathis. Jolted for a loss of a couple of yards by Steve Lauder, the strong safety.
Now, as Billy tried to run that option, there was somebody crossed the line of scrimmage, and it forced him to pitch it early. Now, when you pitch the ball early on that option, then the defense has a chance to pursue just like it were a sweep, and that's some of the philosophies that defensive coaches use against them.
Down the sideline for the touchdown. Glenn Rogers and the Lobos fight back with a long march. And with 3:57 left in the first half, they're back in it with the conversion attempt yet to come. Rogers' second touchdown of the year. A nice toss by Billy Rucker.
Okay, what happens is Keith Arbon runs, the outside receiver runs an inside pattern, takes cornerback with him, and there was no adjustment by the defense. Billy spotted Glenn Rogers out there, and, they ran exactly that play for a touchdown against BYU 2 weeks ago.
Bibbo to attempt the extra point. He's hit 80% this year. He's got this one, and it's San Diego State 10 and the Lobos 7. 3:57 left in the first half. Another look as we come back with a reshowing of the Lobos touchdown. A 20-yard pass play from Rucker to Rogers to cap an 80-yard Lobo drive. It took 10 plays. Bill Bell teeing it up for the kickoff. So Billy Rucker took him downfield. He is completed 9 out of 18 for 120 yards tonight. And the deep receivers are Gilbreth and Moore. Number 2, Moore for San Diego. Number 2 for the Lobos is Bell with the wind-aided kickoff. 75 yards for the touchback. Gary, I talked with the Texas Tech coach, David McWilliams, a little bit after last week's game in Lubbock. And I said, Dave, do you think Billy Rucker could play on any team in the country as a quarterback? And McWilliams said, yes, he could.
Well, anyone that they have faced this year knows that, because Billy has done an outstanding job. No matter what the team has done, Billy has been the guy to stop.
All right, here's Santos in the cockpit for San Diego now. They're up by only 3. And a quick out to Moore. Works for 7 or 8 yards up the near sideline. And Crum handles the defense. Kenny Moore, one of the top receivers for San Diego. 2 catches for 24. Santos 11 for 16 for 104 yards. About 9.5 yards per completion for Santos. They run out of the eye this time. And it's Corey Gilmore, the big fullback, 205 senior from Pasadena. Rushed for 106 before tonight. Donnie Gassaway on the tackle. You probably remember the name Gilmore. His dad played for the Denver Broncos back in the early 60s. The old American Football League. First down for San Diego, just inside their 32-yard line. San Diego, of course, has a great tradition for passing. And their new coach, Denny Stoles, had a sensational passing attack as a head coach at Bowling Green the last 9 years. Up the sideline goes Moore. Lara knocks him out at the 37-yard line of the Lobos.
Well, this looks like what San Diego State did to the Lobos last year. If your cornerbacks play off the line of scrimmage, take the short drops, and hit the outs. Now, what Kenneth Whitehead has to do is he has to make this tackle, but if he misses...
They're ruling he stepped out right back there.
Okay.
You saw his foot hit the sideline, and they're going to bring it all the way back from the 35 of the Lobos to the San Diego 45, but it's still a first down.
Well, as long as the Lobos play off that far, we'll see more of that, because San Diego State's going to force the Lobos to adjust by either putting a linebacker out there in between the passer and the receiver, or bring the cornerback up closer to the line of scrimmage.
They're on the 47-yard line of San Diego for the first down with 3:21 left in the half. Santos with the bomb. And a coverage by McDonald on number 17, Anthony Conyers, a 180-pound senior who's caught 6, including a TD reception, criminal justice major.
Now there was a pass that floated. You have to admit that pass floated. That was an inaccurate pass. You don't see that very much on Todd Santos, but that time it happened.
Well, he got it up into that wind. That wind is between 20-25 miles per hour. Second and 10. San Diego 47. Again looking for Conyers. Gary, you know, San Diego State probably has more depth at quarterback than most any team in the country. They've got Todd Santos. And it's too bad that a young guy named Jim Plum has to sit on the sideline because he's a senior. But he could be a starting quarterback just about anywhere in the country. Last year completed 54% for 570 yards. And could be a pro prospect, Jim Plum. Gives you an idea of the wind velocity right there.
Timeout. Aztecs.
On that
Aztecs call a timeout.
On that timeout, now I'll get a chance to comment what you say. Yeah, Jim Plum was one of the most highly recruited quarterbacks in the nation as a senior at Mesa High School. They're in the San Diego area. And I can remember when they recruited him, they thought they were on their way to a national championship because everybody in the country wanted him. All the passing teams, Stanford, BYU, Notre Dame. So, and you're right, it almost seems a waste that they have two outstanding quarterbacks like that, and only one can be in the game at a time.
Well, he passed for 32 touchdowns as a high school senior and a total of 70 touchdown passes in his high school career, Jim Plum.
Are they talking about Jim? I don't think so. It's nice to have some UNM students on our broadcast. We've been doing all of those road games.
It's going to be 3rd and 10 for San Diego.
You know, this is a time that if the Lobo defense can stop them with 3 minutes to go with that wind at their backs, they might still be able to salvage yet another drive here and go into the locker room at halftime ahead. I know that's what they'd like to do, and that's why this 3rd down coming up here, this 3rd and 10, is really a very critical point in this first half.
Here's a critical 3rd down play. Out of the shotgun. Good rush by Danny Douglas. And Santos felt the heat, and it's going to be 4th and 10. The Lobos number 78, Danny Douglas, puts a lot of heat on. Look at the lower right of your picture. There he comes.
But look for number 23, Mike Kirkendall, the strong safety coming, so they had a safety blitz on. The Lobos gambled with their defense there, and it paid off.
4th and 10. Into the wind now. Ross will punt. Mathis waiting at his 15. 3:06 left in the first half. Mathis with a fair catch near his 25. They're going to call it the 24 of the Lobos. And the Lobos have 3 minutes to go 76 yards.
And a good fair catch, because had he not stepped up there and caught that ball was rolling towards the corner. I'm sure it would have gone out inside the 20 and backed the Lobos into their closer to their end zone.
James, and Ned James is horse-collared at the 37-yard line. He's got a first down in Lobo real estate. Mario Mitchell, sophomore cornerback, makes the stop.
All right, now we're trying to throw the ball wide. Did I say we? I'm not throwing that ball, but Billy's trying to throw the ball wide. And what he would like to do is Ned James would like to get out, evade the tackler here, and then run up the sideline and step out before being hit.
Overthrowing Arbonne. Good look at Keith Arbonne, 6'1" senior from Boise, Idaho. Caught the touchdown pass against BYU. Probably his greatest football thrill, because he had attended BYU and they didn't feel they needed his services. Billy Rucker batting .500, had a good first half, passing for 135 yards. 2nd and 10. Lobo 37, draw to Burgess. Good run by Burgess to the Aztec 37, and a flag is thrown with 2:35 left in the half. Andy Damon, number 58, 220 linebacker, made the stop. Great run by Burgess, who came into the game with 176 yards, and now he is well on his way to a 100-yard night.
Yes, and all the time he's doing this, I'm thinking, Burgess, come on, Kevin, get out here to the sideline, get out here to the sideline. But the flag, the penalty helped stop the clock anyway.
And Burgess unofficially just got to the 100-yard mark here, and a 5-yard penalty against San Diego for a face mask.
First down.
Grabbing the face mask charged against San Diego. Incidental. 5-yard call. First down. Lobos on the Aztec 32. Clock ticking. 2.5 minutes to go in the half. And it's away to Mathis. Mathis caught by Early and somebody else just inside the Aztec 12. Another first down, and the Lobos are rolling. Jensen came up to make the stop, and the Lobos have a first down just outside the 11-yard line. A nice toss by Rucker to Mathis.
And this is as close as you can come to being down before you release the pass. Now, he's standing in there gamely in the arms of the linebacker, just gets it away to Terrence.
5 catches for 67 yards for Mathis, the sophomore out of Georgia. 1st and 10 on the 12. Here's Rogers. Rogers got a good block from Mathis, number 15.
Indeed, he got a good block by Mathis. That wasn't excellent. Let's just hope that Terrence isn't hurt, but he is jogging off the field.
And the Lobos take a 13-10 lead with 1:53 left in the half.
And you see
watch the speed of Rogers here, and watch Mathis out in front of him at the left of your picture. Bibbo will try the extra point. He's got it, and the Lobos have come from a 10-point deficit to lead 14-10. A 14-10 Lobo lead. And a long march of, I believe, 76 yards. 76-yard march in 7 plays. So the Lobos, led by the fabulous Billy Rucker, take the lead. Spend an evening with one of America's funniest ladies. Watch The Late Show starring Joan Rivers, premiering Thursday, October 9th at 10:30 p.m. on KGSW-TV, Channel 14.
And that drive, that 77-yard drive, ate up only 1 minute and 7 seconds off the clock, because they started it with exactly 3 minutes left. So, in fact, it may have taken a lot of time, because now the Lobos have to play defense before the half ends.
Gary, listen to these passing statistics on Billy Rucker. 21 attempts, 11 completions, Total yardage, 201 yards. 201 on 11 completions. That's about 19 yards per completion. And so Billy Rucker is stealing a page out of the San Diego book and sort of stealing the thunder from Todd Santos. Santos tonight has passed, let's get his passing figures. Santos 12 out of 20. Rucker 11 for 21. And Santos has passed for 121 yards. Billy Rucker for 201.
And you know what? Billy's going to have to keep doing that if the Lobos are to win, because they're going to have to keep scoring. This San Diego State team just has too many offensive threats.
Bell to kick off. Mario Martinez is our statistician again, and Mario's really earning his money tonight. They're keeping him busy.
He's all conference, isn't he?
Bell boots it out of the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, Mario Martinez was an honorable mention All-America statistician last year.
Yes, I think he was up for an Emmy at one time.
And he's a preseason pick for All-America for this year.
Okay, what do you do defensively in this situation? If you want to hold the team with the ball under, you want to keep them from running the ball out of bounds, keep the pass receivers in bounds, stay back off of them, let them catch it underneath. No big gains.
Here's the screen. And Gilmore gets about 10. Corey Gilmore, recipient of 14 passes before tonight. Big senior, 205 out of Pasadena, hit by Danny Lara, number 28.
Now, they set that screen up well, but Corey Gilmore left his blockers. That play was designed to go wide.
That number 70 for San Diego, the big lineman you saw, is Doug Aronson, weighs 270. By the way, he can dunk a basketball. Played a little basketball for the Aztec basketball team last year when some of the regulars were injured. There's completion to Moore, and he's out to his 42, and a flag is thrown. Crum and Lara on the scene defensively for New Mexico. Let's see what the flag means. The near sideline. Personal foul. Probably hitting out of bounds.
Okay, we'll get to see. This is we've seen him use that before in this half. The short drop, quick out pass to the sideline. Now watch more. Let's see him try to cut up, stay in bounds.
They would calling a late hit and a 15-yard penalty after the ball was dead on Moore's fourth reception.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense. First down.
First down at the Lobo 44. 1:15 left in the half. Lobos lead 14-10. San Diego trying to move back into the lead with 1:15 left in the half. And we're going to take a shot from the perspective of a Lobo defensive back here. Very tall defensive back.
Yeah, imagine yourself the deep safety. You're the center fielder.
And Whitehead makes the tackle on Moore.
Very same play to the other side of the line. Get the short out. It's a relatively safe pass. If the cornerback comes up on him and you have to get rid of the ball because of the rush, you just throw it out of bounds and stop the clock.
Let's see. Santos has not had any interceptions tonight, has he? He has thrown 23 times. Got Moore this time, and a good catch by Moore at the 21-yard line, and it's close to another first down with 1:04 left. Clock stops when the ball goes out of bounds. This Santos has just made his 24th pass of the night, and what I wanted to point out was the relatively low number of interceptions that he throws. His interception ratio is 1 out of 26 attempts. Tonight he's thrown 24 with no interceptions. It's generally figured to be pretty good if a quarterback does not throw over 1 out of 20, 5% interception ratio.
That's right.
Second and about a foot. And the bomb, and it's out of bounds looking for Moore again. No, number 5, that's Jackson instead of number 2. Thomas Crum was covering. Exactly a minute to go in the half. Lobos 14, Aztecs 10.
And that was an automatic. He called that play at the line of scrimmage, and against the wind, he's just lobbing the ball over the defender who's playing one-on-one on the wide receiver. It's a relatively safe pass.
Hardy, hit by Weiss, breaks loose. Brought down by Torrey Edwards, 47. That Hardy can go. Boy, he's got acceleration, and he's got it down to the 7 of the Lobos for a first down with 53 seconds to go.
And Lobo defenders are going to hate to see the films on this, how many times Chris Hardy has eluded their tacklers.
The clock is rolling again with 44 seconds left in the half. San Diego has one timeout left. First and goal from the Lobo 7. Santos in trouble. 68 is level, 77 is Mady. And 31 seconds to go. And San Diego uses their remaining timeout. With 31 seconds left in the half, it'll be second and goal from the 15-yard line. Now watch number 68 level and 77 Mady, the Lobo tackles.
Okay, he's retreating to throw behind his tackle on the right side. He's looking back to throw what's called a throwback pattern, but he sees the pressure in his face. Levels is appearing to him. Now Mady trying to get outside until Levels catches him from behind.
I see Danny Douglas in there, so you got Mady, Douglas, and Level. And that's the first time I can recall seeing those three guys in there. All three are tackles.
What Danny gives him is he gives him that height. Danny doesn't have to get to the quarterback, but he has to get in front of him and force the quarterback, as we see head coach Denny Stoltz with the cap on.
He's the guy who was a Big Ten Coach of the Year at Michigan State. He was there 3 years, had a record of 19, 13, and 1, took him to a number 12 ranking back in 1974. He's been the coach at Bowling Green for the last 9 years, Stoltz. All right, here is second and goal from the 15 with 31 seconds left in the half. Overthrowing Jackson, was covered by Whitehead. It's going to be third down and goal. And they're sending the field goal kicker out with 27 seconds left. The down indicator is showing third down. Now they bring the field goal kicker off. Maybe they just thought it was fourth down. They've got 27 seconds left. On the sideline for Jackson.
I'll say one thing, they're persistent. They keep trying to throw that lob pass, that alley-oop type pass against the cornerbacks when they get close to the end zone.
Now it's fourth down, and Rahill, their field goal kicker, will give it a try. He's 3 for 4. Jim Plum will hold. And it's going to be about a 34-yard try. Plum is so good in practice, he catches the ball with one hand a lot of times on this. And it's blocked by Lara. Lara blocked it. And Rahill tries to recover it. And the Lobos recover with 17 seconds to go in the half. Danny Lara, number 28, came through from the secondary to block the field goal try.
And that is the type of play that can turn a game around. Maybe that only kept 3 points off the board, maybe not. But that emotionally turns this game around for the Lobos.
And I think it was Cole who recovered the ball.
The reason I say that is we watch Billy Rucker talking to Joe Lee Dunn on the sideline. The reason that is because that type of play you get with a supreme effort. Somebody willing to break through, sacrifice themselves, get in front of that ball, dive, get their shirts dirty. And that's exactly what they were able to pull off in a very tight situation. And now, recovering the ball near midfield, with 17 seconds left, gives the Lobos a couple of opportunities to score again. A couple of opportunities to score. Aren't you going to say anything, Connie, about those girls there on the screen?
No, I just was watching the game here, Gary. It's 1st and 10 at the 45. James and Arbon are the wide receivers, and Mathis is in motion. Almost picked off by Lauder. 12 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 10, Lobos from their 45. Mathis was the man Rucker wanted to hit.
Now this is trying to flood the far sideline with 3 receivers, throw to the one that's uncovered. He tried to hit the middleman, Terry Mathis. Arbon was running down the sideline deeper, but didn't have time to unleash that one.
Lobo offensive line, 61 Steve Parr, 62 Donaldson, 50 Scott Maney, 52 Brian McCabe, 64 Barry Luther. And Rucker misses Mathis. 7 seconds left in the half. Lobos lead 14-10.
I wonder why Mathis cut off his pattern into a curl. If he'd have just run right straight up that the hash marks there, which is the one that Billy threw, the defender would not have had a chance to cover him.
Seven seconds left in the half. 3rd down. Dropped by Mathis. 2 seconds left on the clock. Time for one more play.
Very same pattern as 2 plays previously. That's the flood pattern. Billy got the ball in there, but Terrence couldn't hang on. Some wholesale changes in the lineup. Terrence Mathis has run 3 deep routes in a row, and he's still in the lineup.
Three receivers wide to the right. Just clustered, and here comes an alley-oop. Hail Mary. Whitehead is in there. And a flag is thrown down at the 8-yard line. Now, Whitehead was one of the receivers. Mathis was one of them, and Rogers was the other one. Now, Whitehead has been playing up until last week as a receiver. In fact, he's a number 7 receiver in Lobo history, wearing number 7 right there. And he's playing at cornerback tonight, but they've brought him in these last few plays as a receiver. And that time they lined up 3 receivers in a little cluster. They weren't over 3 or 4 yards apart out at the right side. You'll see all 3 of them down there. And an interference call against San Diego. The clock shows no time remaining. It has expired. A 15-yard penalty against San Diego. Down to the San Diego 40.
Pass interference on the defense. First down. 1 time down.
You might point out, Connie, under the old rule, as we see the San Diego State sideline, under the old rule that the Lobos would be lined up to kick a field goal down at the point of where the foul occurred.
And they're lined up to kick one here, and it's going to be a 56-yard try by Bell. A 56-yard try has a strong tailwind. It is no good. And with time expired, that field goal attempt coming after time had expired, the first half comes to a close, and the Lobos lead by a score of 14-10 against the San Diego State Aztecs. And we're going to take a look at some of the scoring plays that occurred in the first half. First of all, after San Diego's field goal, Hardy took it on a 1-yard run, and San Diego had a 10-0 lead. The Lobos come back in the second quarter, a 20-yard scoring play, Rucker to Rogers.
Perfectly executed crossing pattern, Rogers with a touchdown.
And you'll see Rogers get his second touchdown of the night on this execution of the triple option.
Penetration on the line forces Billy to pitch early, but Rogers is able to turn the corner with a great block by Terrence Mathis just outside the screen. You'll see the result of Terrence's block as Glenn sprints for the corner.
So Rogers now has 3 touchdowns
There you see
the
his
season.
block. Sneaking into the end zone.
So at halftime, it's a 14-10 game with the Lobos in the lead statistically. It was Billy Rucker putting on a big show, and he was aided by Kevin Burgess. Burgess had 97 yards rushing and 11 carries tonight. And Billy Rucker passed 11 for 24, had 1 intercepted. He passed for 155 yards and 1 touchdown. Todd Santos, the aerial star for San Diego, completed 15 out of 27 for 153 yards. And let's look at the team statistics officially now. Total offense, the Lobos with 284 and San Diego State with 219. The Lobos got 155 in the air, 129 on the ground. San Diego 153 in the air and 66 on the ground. First downs are just about even. The Lobos lost 1 fumble and 1 interception. San Diego had no turnovers in the first half. So at the end of one half and almost ready for the second half, the Lobos have a 4-point advantage. And we're ready for the second half here at University Stadium. San Diego will be kicking. They'll be enjoying the wind. Checked on the velocity at halftime, and it is officially 17 miles per hour at the airport weather station, which is just about a mile from here. It looks like more than 17 miles per hour to me, Gary, but I guess I don't know much about gauging wind by how it looks.
The way that flag's waving, I agree with you. And the higher up this ball gets, I think the stiffer that wind goes too.
Deep back for the Lobos is Anthony Stevenson, who had that good return on the opening kickoff. Rahill boots it. Stevenson waits. Up. Out to the 13. May have taken his eye off of it.
Yeah, I think he was looking for his wedge to form just before the ball arrived. So now he has no choice but to pick it up and get what he can.
42, Mike Wilder made the primary hit on him. First down and 10. The Lobos from their 13-yard line. And Burgess on a fullback pop for maybe one, brought down by Hooper. Mike Hooper, his brother Chip, you'll remember, is a famous professional tennis player. And Mike Hooper weighs 265, 6'3", number 95. It's all WAC second team last year. Billy Rucker's statistics from the first half. And that was a good one. And Burgess once more finds a little moonlight for about 4 more out near the 18-yard line. Started to say finds a little moonshine, but that would not have been appropriate, would it?
No, that wouldn't have. Moonlight would have been better. But this is to set up now. I wouldn't be surprised to see the triple option again. Well, here we go. They're in the run and shoot off formation. Maybe not.
Third and about 5. Rogers in motion left. Out of bounds with the first down at the 29, maybe the 30. Mario Mitchell on the tackle. 180-pound soft from Compton, California.
The Lobos are making very effective use of crossing patterns to the wing back and the wide receiver. Terrence Mathis starts inside, goes out. It's hard to drop off a man in man coverage and jump on another.
Mathis in motion to the right on the first down play. And that's Arbon on the catch. Outside the 35, Mario Mitchell, a cornerback, makes the hit on him once more.
You might say, why did Keith surrender some ground there coming back for the ball? Well, if you don't do that, you allow an interceptor a course to get the ball. So he does the good thing, comes back for the ball a little bit.
Second down and less than a yard to go, just inside the 40. And Burgess has it. Burgess with a great effort to the 48-yard line of San Diego. Steve Lauder, the 195-pound strong safety, brings him down.
Burgess is having a good night. You know, he's reminiscent of Willie Terrell, the performances he gave us last year, so he's rapidly becoming a hometown favorite here. What a tough runner.
Well, Burgess had a good first half, had 97 yards. He's already up to 115 now. Rucker. And Mathis, no, that's Ned James, up at close to that line to gain at the San Diego 39. Mitchell covering him.
Now, as we watch this replay, Billy has a pass run option here. It's really difficult to tell whether he could have gained more by running the ball as to throwing it to Ned James. Normally, you coach the kid. If you have a choice, throw it. So that's what he did.
Enough for the first down. Close to the 38. San Diego territory. Distance by Lyndon Early. Lyndon Early, a 170-pound freshman, was almost beaten. Early is quite an athlete. He has high jumped 6'10". He's the guy covering Mathis here.
He may have wanted to high jump to try and intercept this ball here. You can thank that stiff wind that Billy's throwing into for holding it up just so that Early can get a fingertip on it.
Well, it looked like he might not have really deflected it that much.
Yeah,
it looked like that maybe Mathis had a piece of it and couldn't hold it. Shane Hall in motion. Comes the blitz. Andy Damon was the linebacker on the Red Dog. And a loss of yardage. A huge loss back to the Lobo 49. Inside the 49, that's about a 13-yard loss.
San Diego had an inside blitz coming, and they couldn't have picked a better time to do it strategically because the play was a fake draw screen pass, and each time he retreated, as Andy Damon, the blitzer, comes off the field, each time he retreated, Billy got deeper and the pressure eventually got him.
3rd and 23. That was a big play in this game. On the sideline for James. They were trying to get it all back in one bite. That was a big play in this game. Gary, the score 14-10, 3 minutes gone, the second half.
Well, but you know what the Lobos did? They did get it out to midfield. They're kicking from their own 48. So now they've got a chance to get good field position out of this. So the drive did accomplish something.
Keller will punt. He had only one in the first half, 43 yards. And that is the story about Lobo offense, as he only had to kick one time. He kicks into the wind this time. Now the wind grabs it, and it comes down in the vicinity of the 15. They're going to rule that it crossing point was at the 24-yard line. So with 11:43 to go in the third quarter, it's still a 14-10 Lobo lead. San Diego's ball. Just inside their 24-yard line.
You cut his split down. You cut his split down against bump and run to run fade. Dale, put your headset on, Dale.
It's Gilmore. Gilmore was hit first by Lara, number 28, and Lara is a little shaken up. He's on his feet now, but he is kind of wandering a little bit toward the sideline, now starting to trot off, but he had head-to-head contact. Watch 28 coming in here to hit him from the left of the screen, right there.
Danny's shaking out some cobwebs right now. This has been a rough night for Danny. He's hurt his ankle earlier. We're going to see the measurement to see if they got 10 out of it.
Lara did walk off under his own power.
Didn't quite make it. Makes for a waste down. Now, the defense in this situation against a strong passer with a strong wind behind your back, this quarter will be the critical quarter for the Lobo defense.
Santos completed 15 out of 27 in the first half for 153 yards. He was sacked twice by the Lobo defense. Hardy was San Diego's leading rusher, 11 for 53. Corey Gilmore his backs catch a lot of passes, and the old quarterback sneak, just wedging ahead for the first down. Tom Cole, 56, filled a hole, but he couldn't fill it in time to prevent the first down. Lobos 14, Aztecs 10, in case you just tuned in. The Aztecs scored all their points in the first quarter. Lobos all theirs in the second quarter. That means all the scoring has been with the wind tonight. At the 39 to Gilmore. Umdenstock puts another tackle to his credit. He had 22 unassisted tackles coming into this game. Last year, Umdenstock made 10 tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
That is the kind of coverage you need. They can complete 3 of those and still end up with a 4th and 2.
Second down at the 39. About 7.5 to go. Here's the bomb for Jackson, and he's out of bounds at the 27. A flag thrown as Whitehead came in defensively and probably throwing the flag for Whitehead hitting him out of bounds. The reception by Moore, number 2, not number 5, Jackson. Now Moore in the first half caught 6 for 74.
This is working on the one-on-one coverage with the big cushion. Jackson gets, Moore gets behind him. Now we'll see. I think it's the way that he comes across throwing that arm, and I believe that warrants a penalty. I'll admit that.
It's half the distance to the goal line, the penalty.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense. First down.
He was out of bounds at the 27. The penalty is taking it to the 13.5. And it's first down and 10 for San Diego. And San Diego is moving quickly with 10:14 to go in the third quarter. Hardy is in the long motion to the right. And Gilmore takes it at right tackle. Number 20 for the Lobos is Marcel Weiss. He's a junior out of Huntington Beach, California. These California kids for the Lobos are playing an inspired game.
It's good defensive plan. Marcel Weiss from his safety position blitzed, and he was looking at the ball carrier the whole way. In that situation, they were looking for that particular play.
Virtually no gain on the play. Hardy in motion once more. It's Blanchard. Tackle by Umdenstock at the 4.
Now this really showcases Todd Santa's arm. Now watch him step into this throw. It's not very far downfield, but it's wide, and he gets the ball out there quick enough that even in double coverage, no one can intercept it.
Looking at Brett Blanchard. He's noted for the precise patterns he runs, and he can catch the ball in traffic. He's a senior from Huntington Beach. That's how much is needed for the first down. It's at the 4-yard line. Santos 18 for 30. That's 60%. 199 yards. Let's look at Billy Rucker's figures. Rucker 14 for 29. For 191. Moore has caught 7 for 108 yards. For the Lobos, Mathis has caught 6 for 85. It's third down and about a foot to go for a first down for San Diego. 5.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. San Diego trying to come from behind. can't get him. And the Aztecs lead 16-14 as Hardy has his 5th touchdown of the year.
Hardy makes it look easy when there's no containment. There was no one there on the outside to turn this play in. And with those extra tight ends in the lineup in the backfield to do the blocking for him, the containment man was missing. It makes it look awful easy.
Can't catch the criminology major. Here's Ray Hill's extra point effort. Yep, and it's San Diego 17. New Mexico 14. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left in quarter number 3. Weeknights on Channel 14, we've got TV fun with The Fall Guy at 9 p.m. and at 10 p.m. WKRP in Cincinnati. Watch them only on the Great Entertainer, Channel 14. Lobo cheerleaders. Ray Hill to kick off, a 189-pound junior. Terrence Mathis is the deep back this time. No, wait a minute, it's Jarvis McKyer. And McKyer will have no chance to run this one out.
All right, now it's what is imperative for the Lobos as far as they're concerned. When they have the wind at their face, they want to eat up the clock. They want to drive the ball on the ground as much as they can and try to get something out of this, at least regain field position.
With some good effort. Boy, he was going through the tall timber.
Well, he was, and Clarence Nunn really zeroed in on him. Fortunately for San Diego State that he did. Look at that Leviasini, the pursuit that he takes. Now watch, Clarence Nunn comes right straight forward. He got him right in the numbers.
Looking for Arbon. Mitchell, number 9, on the coverage. Well, you know, Joe Lee Dunn commented this week that the Lobo losses at Tennessee and BYU had taken a lot out of them mentally. And they didn't perform very well at Texas Tech last week, but they seem to have rebounded.
Well, I think they have. They knew that they expected this one to be a back and forth affair, a lot of scoring, and the last team to score is probably going to win this game.
Rucker for James, and a good catch by James at midfield. A great catch by Ned James.
That's a dandy. We'll be able to see here a receiver adjusting to the ball. That ball was thrown a little bit behind and above Ned. It's hard to catch, turning back and backpedaling. Oh, what a reach. Fine catch. Hey, good camera shot, guys.
First down, just inside San Diego's property. Out of the run and shoot formation now. At San Diego's 40, and he's out of bounds at the 33. And Lauder was the man who bumped him out of bounds.
All right, does Mathis come in motion on this play? Yes, he does. Now, see what he's done. He's come from the top of the screen to the bottom. Now he's going to clear the line of scrimmage and run back to the top of the screen. So the guy chasing him, the defender chasing him, has run a complete circle. And Billy has managed to stop and throw back and get a first down.
First down, Lobos at the Aztec 33. Mathis has the touchdown.
Same play.
let's take another look at the touchdown pass from Rucker to Mathis.
First a belly fake there to Kevin Burgess, and Burgess watch him try to block. Now we have the man chasing number 15 has had a long night, and it may get longer.
Mathis 8 catches for 133 yards tonight, his second touchdown of the season. And Kelly holds for the extra point attempt by Bibbo, and the score moves to 21-17. The Lobos back in front with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Stadium, this is Connie Alexander with Gary Ness, and the Lobos are ready to kick off once more.
That was a great drive for 2 reasons. It answered the previous score of the Aztecs, and also they went against the wind. So that was a really fine drive for the offense.
Bell's kick gets grabbed by that wind. And it's Wilder, number 42, making the unexpected run back. Charleston Fobbs on the tackle.
And assisted by Bill Bell, who kicked it off. You know, a lot of times the kicker doesn't get downfield to make the tackle, but...
So the ball's on the 26 of San Diego as they trail 21-17 now, middle of the third quarter. Stock, number 51 in the middle of your picture. Whitehead on the lower right. Screen to Gilmore. Being traced by Sells, 32. Out of bounds near the Aztec 47. Sells, a senior linebacker from Phoenix. He's formerly a running back and a tight end.
Now what a great call. Umdenstock, number 51, is the only one who reads this screen. That is, who recognizes it coming. Danny Lara has been replaced by Marcel Weiss, and there is no safety up to help Umdenstock as he turns the play in, thus the big gain. It was a great call by San Diego coaching staff.
Attendance tonight, 20,579. Santos with a bomb for Jackson. Overshoots him at the 10.
I believe that was the same play that set up the touchdown on their previous possession. And he did get behind Kenneth Whitehead again, but the ball was overthrown thanks to good pressure from the defensive front.
Well, attendance for the Lobos, as far as the audiences they've played before this year, has been dropping. They started off with 94,000, next week 64,000 plus, the next week 36,000, and tonight 20,579. Second down and 10 from the 46 of the Aztecs. Crum going shoulder to shoulder with the would-be receiver Moore.
And what a fine piece of coverage by Crum on Moore. He was step for step with him the whole way. There was nowhere for Santos to drop that ball in there without the defender getting a piece of it. You know, for a guy who started as a cornerback with only about a week's work at that position at the start of the year, Crum has come along very well.
Third down and 10. Another turning point. Santos stands in the pocket, and then it breaks down, and Umdenstock and level bury him. And it's going to be fourth and about 17.
Now, as Santos gets the ball here, he wants to hit Awalt, who is the tight end on the right side, but Joe Sells knocked him down right then. Not in your screen, but Joe Sells knocked him down. Thus, he had no one. He had to look for a secondary receiver, giving Umdenstock time to get on him.
Ross back to punt, had 3 for an average of 31 the first half. It's this one pretty good. Fair catch signal by Mathis. And with the touchback, it'll be Lobos from their 20. 6:51 left in the third quarter. Lobos leading 21-17, so Jim Berryman's defensive unit held them.
Yes, they deserve some credit because they didn't let him get downfield and lose the field, although that punt's going to go in because of the strong wind. Is going to carry the ball in the end zone. Starting from your 20 is a lot better than starting inside or inside your 10.
63 you just saw was Reggie Blaylock, 250, a senior. Jim Berryman, the Lobo defensive coordinator, former NAIA All-America himself as an offensive lineman. Billy Rucker, a little too high for Mathis to handle. Mathis with 8 receptions. Rucker 17 for 34 tonight for 264 yards. See what Billy's rushing figures are. Well, he's got -4 rushing tonight. He's already passed his total offense game average for the year, and he is soon going to become the #1 total offense man in Lobo history. To Mathis at the 38-yard line. The Lobos had 2 receivers down there. James is about 8 yards short of Mathis.
Now James has been running that pattern, and Mathis has been running post or curls in the middle, but they switched roles here. Boy, Billy did a great job getting that off the rush in his face. And watch Terrence go up for the ball. Fine reception.
Mathis 9 catches coming into the game. He had 13. 1st and 10. So San Diego comes into the game, Gary, with, of course, a great tradition as a passing team, and with a passer that has averaged something like 263 yards a game passing this season already, Santos. But the Lobos have really stolen the show with Billy Rucker and his buddies.
Well, the run and shoot's doing well, and the run and shoot can negate some of those big men on the line of scrimmage like Leviasini, that great nose tackle that they have.
From the Lobo 40. Looking for Capitola. Pat Capitola, the junior, 5'10".
Yeah, it's too bad, because as Pat turned around, he slipped, lost his footing, but he had position on the receivers, on the defenders, excuse me.
5:53 to go, 3rd quarter. Doesn't look like that wind is going to subside tonight, Gary, at least during the game. By Brent Kelly, who was already down, but he makes the catch just inside San Diego's 45. Looks like he slipped a little, and watch this catch by Brent Kelly from Odessa, Texas.
And look at that protection. Look at that offensive line's protection. And Brent slipped as Pat did on the previous play, but he was able to concentrate on that ball and come up with it.
1st down at the 44 of San Diego. Incomplete at the 5. Arbon, number 81. You know, Gary, Billy Rucker has a trajectory on his passes. He throws a very low clothesline type of pass, and it really would not affect him as much as it would most passers. This wind he's going into.
Yes, yeah. Yes, you're right. You're right. So he keeps the nose of the ball down a little bit more than most of them. So, and you have to throw into a wind like this.
It's Tony Jones in the game, number 21. And a good play by Nunn, 27. On a corner blitz.
Come with a blitz. That's right. That's the risk you take defensively. But in this situation, it puts them back a nice, well, let's see, almost a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd down. Now you have to throw the ball.
Third and 20. And this is a critical play with the Lobos leading 21-17. And the screen to Burgess. And he's 5 yards short of the 1st down with 4th down coming. Lauder on the tackle.
All right, now as we watch this play, they're going to block the lineman for a count or two, then let them get inside on Billy. Now he drops it over the line, over the onrushing lineman to Burgess. Now Donaldson in front, Scott Maney in front. Good pursuit, catching Burgess from behind.
4th down, and Keller comes on stage to punt. And the Lobos kill it deep. Good job by the Lobos going downfield to kill that punt. And so San Diego is backed up to the cliff. 99 yards of chlorophyll here with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 2-step drop. Intercept. Oh, Kirkendall had glory in his hands and lost it.
They had double coverage on the wide receivers at exactly the right moment, and Don stepped in, and maybe it was too easy. Maybe it was too easy. You know, like driving for a layup with no defender. Look at this. In fact, the last tip there might have even kept it away from Kenneth Whitehead.
2nd and 10. And a 1st down to Conyers. Crum on the tackle.
Now you talk about courage and play calling. Santos changed the call at the line of scrimmage to come back with the same play, but he looked over the defense and saw where he had single coverage and called it to that receiver on the far side.
Whirlpool of Lobo muscle down there. 47 is Torrey Edwards. 32 is Joe Sells. Joe Lee Dunn sweating out his team's 21-17 lead. This is the Lobos' first Western Athletic Conference game. The Lobos and Air Force do not play each other, and therefore they play one less conference game than all the other teams. And I'll mention that a little bit more when I get an opportunity. Awalt, the antenna receiver, their big tight end, they pretty well kept him under wraps tonight.
They really have.
But you know, with the Lobos and Air Force playing one less game than everybody else, let's just say that if the Lobos ended up with the same number of losses and they were tied for the lead at the end of the season and had the same number of losses as anybody else who's leading, they would still have one less victory. And so they would not be able to win the championship. So a lot of people say, well, in your wildest dreams, the Lobos are not going to win the championship. That's Awalt on the catch. But let's just say if the Lobos were to go undefeated, and there's 7 wins and no losses, and let's say if BYU went undefeated, they'd be 8-0, and BYU would win the championship because the Lobos and Air Force don't play each other.
They would have the higher percentage. The only way to stop Awalt is to put a man on him on his nose on the line of scrimmage and detain him from releasing at the line of scrimmage, and Lobos didn't have it on that play.
Gilmore. Tackle by Level. Gilmore in the first half rushed 4 times for 12 yards.
Now Awalt on that play moved out. He flexed or moved about 5 yards outside the line because he knew after catching a pass they would come out on his nose. So that brought the defender out, didn't have to block him, and that's where Gilmore ran.
2nd and 4. 21-17, the Pack leads. Looking for more. Covered by Whitehead. Whitehead clinging to him like ivy.
That was excellent one-on-one coverage by Kenneth Whitehead. Moore had burned him a couple of times previously in this half, but he was right with him step for step. Big third down coming up here now.
3rd and 4 at the 37.
Step by step, number 7 with number 2. Kevin has the better position.
The first down to Awalt.
Guess who? There's that big number 89. No, you have to detain him at the line of scrimmage. You have to put a man on his nose and keep him from releasing.
He caught 2 passes in the first half for 20 yards. Let's see, up to the moment he has 4 catches for 43.
What a target, huh? 6'5", 240.
Hardy knocks at the door. Got about a yard. Cole and Level on the tackle. Special thanks to American Toyota for supplying our sideline camera truck used in our Lobo football telecast on Channel 14. It's cameraman Richard Garcia's chariot. 49 seconds left in the quarter. 2nd and 9 for the Aztecs at their 45. Backpedaling the pass. And complete on the 48 of the Lobos to Awalt.
Now, the only way you can cover Bob Awalt is keep him from releasing at the line of scrimmage. You can't let him, even if they only need a 4 or 5 yard gain, they're going to go to him.
It's kind of hard to keep him from releasing at 6'5", 240.
That's right. The only thing you can do is slow him down, but if you do slow him down, then it gives the rush a chance to get closer to Sanus, and then he has to start lobbing the ball. You got a chance of intercepting.
A pair of round-trip tickets for 2 from Albuquerque to San Diego.
San Diego's called a timeout here with 17 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. They trail 21-17.
See if it is 1050. 1050 is the lucky number.
Monday night, 7 o'clock on the movies. Tuesday, Weld will star in Mother and Daughter, The Loving War. Touching drama of mother and daughter relationships. Don't miss it on KGSW-TV, Channel 14.
Now, you've got to figure that what San Diego State has accomplished to this point on the drive is they've at least gained field position. They'll have to, even if they have to punt it from here, they'll back the Lobos into their end zone.
Boy, this is, in our pregame stand-up, we mentioned the 2 quarterbacks, and it's been an aerial war here tonight. Santos, 23 for 40, and Rucker, 20 for 39. Hardy, behind the lead blocking of Gilmore, has the first down. The 3rd down conversion. Coming into this game, San Diego had only converted 28% of its 3rd down efforts, and the Lobos 31%. But this is an important conversion here with 11 seconds left in the quarter.
No deception here. Just turn around, pitch the ball to the tailback, and let him find a hole, pull people in front. And with only about 3 yards to go, he made that first down fairly easily.
That big San Diego offensive line averaging 264. First down. And the 3rd quarter expires right here as Santos comes over for a conference. So it's San Diego's ball. First down on the Lobo 45, full property. And a hook pass to Awalt, who fumbles it, and it's recovered by Conyers. Awalt on the hook. And it was jarred loose from him, and Conyers fell on it at the 20-yard line of the Lobos.
Well, it's Awalt. He's the receiver, and that was a very propitious fumble for San Diego State. Those Aztec gods must have been looking favorably on them.
Mike Kirkendall caused the fumble, but he probably didn't mean, what word did you use?
Propitious.
Do you have a dictionary with you? Gillis looking to the end zone, and he's got Jackson. Touchdown! Oh my, you couldn't use any more of the end zone than that. The touchdown from Santos to Alfred Jackson. Look how close he is to the corner.
And he had Crum, the cornerback, completely turned around right at the goal line. Now, we can't see the pattern, but as you say, it's perfectly thrown. What an accurate passer Todd Santos is. I know why Denny Stoltz believes he's one of the best in the country, and just a junior.
Well, you know, for execution, that's one of those situations. Here's the extra point by Rahal. It's one of those situations where a player just feels an exhilaration for the model of execution. A 99-yard drive by San Diego in 13 plays, capped with a 19-yard pass from Santos to Jackson. Rahal to kick off into the wind now. 14:27 left in the fourth period, and San Diego State leads 24-21 as McKyer will be the return back for New Mexico. Hardy has rushed 15 times for 65 yards. Santos has passed for 261, 23 completions. Here comes McKyer. Crash landing at the 23. Curtis Gillis is the man with the hit. He's a linebacker, 190.
Jarvis McKyer didn't waste any time. When he felt that football in his hands, he went straight ahead, which is what you have to do. Anything over the 20 is a bonus, so he got 4 good yards there.
Santos with 23 completions, and 7 of those have been to Moore for 108 yards. Lobos first from their 23. Like Billy lost it. And Maney, the center, was right there with him, number 50. Scott Maney, who had a contusion, which is trainer talk for a bruise, 236, 6'3" junior out of Long Beach, an accounting major. They lost a little over a yard, and it'll be second and a long 11. Good catch by Shane Hall from Show Low, Arizona.
Woo! And that ball was thrown right over a linebacker. Let's watch the flight of this ball. Now there's Kevin. Give Kevin Burgess some credit for getting that contained man all the time. You see, it was almost tipped. Good concentration by Shane Hall. He fell hard on his back.
First down at the Lobo 40. On the draw. Captured by Faranez from Rancho Cordova, California.
I know you'll see a nice hole open here at the line of scrimmage, but pressure from the inside forces him wide. Now as he's running wide, he's not gaining much yards downfield, and you see some nice pursuit there by Faranez coming from behind.
Saw a good block by Maney, number 50, the center. Helped open that door. And a good catch and a good move to the 34-yard line of San Diego for a first down. Billy Rucker, cool as an igloo back here.
And here we have Terrence Mathis coming back across on an in pattern. Billy fakes the defender off a little bit, steps up, and throws it perfectly to Terrence.
Nailed by Lauder at the 31.
That Lauder reminds me of Scott Thomas, the great safety from the Air Force Academy last year. You know, when he bears down on you, he's like an eagle swooping, and he doesn't miss.
Exciting Lobo football on Channel 14 is brought to you in part by Coors Light, the Silver Bullet. There's no slowing down with the Silver Bullet. 12 minutes to go. Lobos trail by 3, but they are on the march at the 30 of the Aztecs. In the run and shoot alignment. They haven't run the wishbone much tonight. In fact, I don't remember the wishbone configuration. That's Burgess. Bye-bye, Burgess.
What a night. What a night. That was the wishbone play. It wasn't from the configuration, as you said, but that's the inside veer, and Billy read it perfectly. He said if the tackle's going to float, there's no penetration along the line, you give it to the runner. And there he is. Oh, nice hole. Now watch him run out.
Almost got him.
Yeah, he ran out of some tackles, just as Chris Hardy's been doing tonight.
The 187-pound Burgess has speed.
Well, if we get a chance, we see the replay one more time, we'll comment on one other factor.
Bibbo boots. Bingo. 28-24, New Mexico, 11:41.
Okay, watch the defensive back running with his back to Kevin Burgess. That shows you man-for-man coverage. You see, he doesn't know Burgess is there. Nice work, guys.
And ready for the kickoff. Burgess just having a sensational night, a career night. 17 carries for 152 yards. The Lobos have passed for 354 tonight. Billy Rucker hitting 23 out of 42. And Mathis has caught 10 for 173. Mathis had caught 13 for 182 in the first 3 games. Moore and Gilbreth are back to field Bell's kickoff. To Moore. Dumped on the 23 of San Diego.
By Art Martinez, who really zeroed in on that ball carrier. You don't see him hit people head on like that, but Art Martinez really did catch him. Now let's watch this. Now there's a wedge forming about 10 to 15 yards in front of Kenny Moore. But look for number 87 in red. Here he, oops, didn't quite make it in time, Art.
Completion in the 33 to Awalt. Umdenstock there defensively. Lobo football action on Channel 14 brought to you in part by Ajax Mobile Homes. We got the spirit, and it shows.
That's really something. Tom Cole was there. The strong safety was there. Everybody's there watching Awalt, and Santos is still able to get the ball into him. And he still hangs on. What a pair that is.
Lobos lead 28-24, and now it's San Diego State's turn. Awalt has caught 7 for 80, and Moore has caught 7 for 108. And Hardy has done a lot of running, is going to take another crack at it. He eludes Whitehead, but then is captured by Kirkendall. A good block by the wideout, Kenny Moore, the split receiver. And it is a first down for San Diego State at their 46-yard line. About 11 minutes left in the game. Hey, something weird here, Gary.
What's that?
The flag is not blowing.
Yes, it has.
It's just hanging there.
Mm-hmm.
The wind's been blowing like 15, 20 miles an hour. Gilmore. Kirkendall giving chase. And that allows Weiss time to come up from behind, number 20, and then Umdenstock arrived. Another Aztec first down, and like you said, Gary, the last team with the ball is going to win the game.
Well, the last team that scores. Somebody's going to have the ball, but it's the last team that scores going to win it. Kirkendall forces him inside. If you're going to miss, force him back inside. Corey Gilmore shows us some speed.
First and 10 on the Lobo 31. Hardy is mobbed by May and Edwards.
Did Hardy hang on to the ball here? Let's watch. He gets grabbed before he's pulled down. Looks like he's turning back for the ball. There you see Fred Mady. Mady had his hand on the ball, but he's got his right hand on his shirt. I guess he still had control.
It's back at the 34 now. The Lobos, 2nd and 13. For more. Did he hold it? No. He held it, I guess. Yeah, he held it, but he was out of bounds when he caught it. That's Jackson.
Jackson is complaining to the official. I wonder if it was because he felt like he was interfered with or that he was in bounds. In any case, when they get within the 30-yard line, you see their strategy is to start going up top and try to loop it over the cornerbacks.
Third and 13. 4 receivers going deep. Awalt is the intended receiver. It's covered by Weiss. Awalt was a little irritated because Weiss was right on him.
Yeah. Weiss had his back to the ball completely. You can tell who San Diego State wants to go to in those clutch situations. Big Bob Awalt. And I can understand why.
And their punter comes on. Ten minutes to go. No wind right now. Oh, my.
Wow.
Right by the coffin corner. And the Lobos have got to go all the way from there. 99 and 44 100% yards.
That is your perfect pooch punt. How about that for an alliteration, right? Your perfect
that was
pooch
good,
punt.
And let's hear you do that again. That was pretty good.
I'm not sure I could do it twice or 3 times. But that makes it difficult when you're on your 1-yard line. You don't want to take any chances. You have to surge forward.
I think you've been practicing your Peter Piper pick the pepper.
Perfect pooch punts.
The 7. So the Lobos get out of the ulcer zone there. Lutter defensively.
That's a good term, ulcer zone, but Kevin Burgess is the key. Watch him get the containment down. That gives Billy the opportunity to throw to Mathis. Kevin, what is a great blocker.
Crossing route, and he waltzes out at the 21 of the Lobos. The Lobos lead by 4. Now San Diego drove it 99 yards for a touchdown, and the Lobos are going to try to duplicate that.
Here's that same play they've had so much success with tonight. Run him in motion, run him back across the grain once more, and the defender in man-to-man coverage has to run a complete circle. Just can't keep up with a guy with the speed of Terrence Mathis.
Tony Jones in. Want to thank Frank's Supply for supplying our end zone camera platform here on Channel 14. And Billy Rucker. Oh, man. Can he do it? Woo.
Oh, he's making those good decisions again. And let's give Ned James some credit here. Ned James is in a difficult position. When he sees Billy run, Ned has to block. All he has to do is basketball screen. Now let's watch Ned at the bottom. Now, play was originally to go to the top. Billy sees the coverage, comes back. He knows he's behind this guy. Now he points to Ned. Block that man, and Ned basketball screens for him. You have to be so careful not to clip.
Pitch to Jones. Tony may have lost it. And San Diego comes up with it. Tony Jones started losing it in the middle of his run, and the Lobos cough it up. They moved it 43 yards. Mitchell on defense for San Diego on that play. The referee, Jack Baker. He was a referee at the BYU Lobo game, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Hardy. Brought down by Torrey Edwards and Umdenstock.
Nice play by Torrey. Torrey took on the blockers. Two and eventually had to try to block him and left Bob Umdenstock to make the tackle.
There's the clock at the top of the picture showing time left in the game. San Diego back by 4. First down on the Lobo 33, where Tom Cole made the tackle. Had 26 tackles coming into this game, 17 unassisted, and it caused a couple of fumbles.
All right, now you know who they're going to go to in their clutch situation, Big Bob Awalt. He was uncovered at the line of scrimmage. He's just too big a target.
So Berryman's defensive brigade is called upon here at the Lobo 33 as San Diego owns another first down. Here's a sweep. Cut back by Hardy for 5. Maybe a little closer to 4. And Gasaway, 46, a 229-pound junior linebacker, brought him down.
Oh, but let's give credit. Now watch 47, Torrey Edwards, as he comes out here wide. He turns the play back in. That's a draw play. They're pulling the guards. There's Aronson, their fine all-conference candidate guard.
Weighs 270.
Now watch for Torrey. Well, we don't even see him, but, well, there he is, 47. He was the man who turned the play back in.
The other tackle for San Diego, Arier, weighs 270. Uh-oh, there's Conyers. He's got it all. And San Diego leads.
Perfectly executed crossing pattern. Inside man goes out, outside man go in. Conyers lined up inside, and the ball was thrown on the money by Todd Sanderson.
So it's 30-28. San Diego with a conversion attempt coming. Middle of the fourth quarter. Santos with another home run toss. Kick is good. San Diego State 31, Lobos 28, 7:42 to go. And the wind has picked up a little bit again.
Score down San Diego State 31.
Total offense for the first 3 quarters, Lobos 441, San Diego 344. Whoops, hit a banana peel at the 17.
In a game like this, there's a lot of pressure to answer. When the other team scores, you've got to score. So it's the Lobos offense turn. They were moving the ball well before the fumble to set up the previous touchdown. Let's see if they can pick it up again.
Through the first 3 quarters, New Mexico had 26 first downs and San Diego 25. The score now 31-28 San Diego. No wind right now. 3 receivers on what they call trips to the left for the Lobos. Rucker to Hall. And a flag thrown on downfield about 10 yards beyond the reception, where Ned James, a receiver, and a couple of defensive backs were doing a little bit of business. Interference against New Mexico is the call.
Well, now the key to this, Kevin Burgess gets Ferniers down, so Billy can have time to run out here, force the defense to adjust to him, thereby getting an open receiver. We don't see the action that resulted in the penalty.
Well, the flag was thrown on down about 10 yards past the reception point by Hall, and James was the receiver down there.
Pass interference on the offense. Loss it down. Second down.
So it's at the Lobo 9. Second and about 18. Little option pass. Could be a safety. Did he get it away? There was an eligible receiver, Mathis, upfield. Oh, Billy Rucker just escaped by the skin of his teeth there. The Lobos would have given up 2 points and the ball.
Now Ferrignes didn't see. Burgess was not able to get him down, and he's the man who caused the problems right there. Now you'll see just at the end of that replay, you saw Mathis coming into your screen.
Rucker's a cool cookie. Third, still about 18, 7:15 to go. Rucker 25 for 45 tonight. Big play. Oh, fumble in the end zone, and touchdown San Diego recovery. It looked like 94 Pettit who came up with the ball, or was it 33 Wilson?
Well, we'll see. Billy there has to be a short receiver here. He's looking back. Turns his mind, changes his mind, hit from behind.
Jensen was the man who hit him. And Wilson recovered it. Milt Wilson recovered it for the touchdown, and suddenly it's a 37-28 San Diego lead with the extra point coming up. So now 38-28 San Diego with 7:09 to go. And back to Rahill's kickoff. Again, McKyer. And he wheels out near the 30-yard line. So the Lobos down by 10 with 7 minutes to go. Scores of other games in the WAC. BYU beat Temple 27-17. Air Force beat Colorado State 24-7. Iowa beat UTEP 69-7. Ohio State beat Utah 64-6. And Wyoming beat Wisconsin 21-12. Scores of games played by other WAC teams this afternoon. To Rogers for about 10. Other scores from around the country: Clemson beat Georgia Tech 27-3. Wake Forest over Army 49-14. Miami beat Oklahoma 28-16. Nebraska over Oregon 48-14. Indiana over Missouri 41-24. Second and 1. Lobo 39. First down on the 44 to Rogers. Other scores: Arizona 24, Colorado 21. In the SEC, remember 3 weeks ago tonight, the Lobos were in Knoxville, and today Auburn went to Knoxville and knocked off Tennessee 34-8. Mississippi over Tulane 35-10. Kentucky beat Cincinnati 37-20. First and 10 Lobos from their 45. Quickly to Rogers as the Lobos try to come back. Rogers fumbles it. San Diego's got it. So fumbles are hurting the Lobos terribly here in this fourth period, and San Diego takes over inside its 27-yard line.
All right, now for 2 plays in a row, this is the pop pass that they used so successfully last year. Linebackers playing up close to the line of scrimmage, run the wingbacks behind them. But as he is tackled, somebody reaches in, the ball is free. Brent Kelly can't quite get over to get it. And
Early recovered it, and it was Chris Jensen, 47, with another good piece of defensive work for San Diego State. Hardy with a little stutter move. He gets out to his 31-yard line where Cole makes the tackle. Some other scores this afternoon. Baylor 45, Texas Tech 14. SMU beat TCU 31-21. Holy Cross over Harvard 41-0. Navy over Lehigh 41-0. Penn State over East Carolina 42-17. Pitt beat West Virginia 48-16. Second and about 6. San Diego at its 31. 5.5 minutes to go. Leading by 10. Hardy. And the way was paid for him by that big tackle Mike Knutson, number 73, at 255.64. Gasaway on the tackle.
Wisely, San Diego State's going to stay on the ground. Now this is that draw action when they pull both guards out in front, Aronson and his co-worker at guard, and watch Chris just picking his way. He really doesn't want to get out of bounds yet because he doesn't want to stop the clock.
Another first down at the Aztec 49. The clock shows 5:26 left. San Diego leads 38-28. Lobos losing the ball 3 times in a row on fumbles. And there goes Gilmore for half a dozen. Other scores. Rutgers 16, Syracuse 10. Michigan 20, Florida State 18. Michigan State 45, Western Michigan 10. Notre Dame beat Purdue 41-9. And guess who won? Northwestern 37-0 over Princeton. Penn beat Bucknell 10-7. Second and about 4. Hardy close to the first down.
It's really no secret what San Diego State's going to want to do in this situation. The situation determines that. Run the ball, make first downs, use up the clock.
The Lobo band sounding good and looking good in new uniforms.
Well, I'm sure that the Lobo players are comforted by hearing their own fight song for once and their own band.
.438 to play. Many of the fans moving toward the exits now as 3 straight Lobo fumbles put a damper on the festivities here at the University Stadium for the 20,500 faithful. UCLA lost 45-14 to San Diego lost to UCLA 45-14 last week. Santos sneaks trying for the first down on the third down try. Probably made it. Median level, the tackles sealing off in there. But San Diego fell behind early in the UCLA game last week, and they had to try some things that they might not have otherwise done. And so the score really wasn't indicative of the game. We're going to measure again. .418 left. The wind is pretty well subsided. In fact, it's not a factor right now. But probably wouldn't, with the way San Diego wants to keep it on the ground. Of course, it's a negligible factor in any case.
Yeah, the first things first. What the Lobos have to do now is stop San Diego on the ground. That's it. And they might even start using timeouts here pretty soon.
The Lobos have 3. San Diego has 2. Hardy swamped. San Diego had 6 more turnovers than its opponents in the first 3 games. The Lobos in the first 3 games had 1 less turnover than their opposition. But boy, turnovers tonight have hurt them. Mario, if you could give me a statistic on the number of turnovers. Let's see. Lobos have lost 4 fumbles and 1 interception. 5 turnovers by the Lobos. How about San Diego? No turnovers by San Diego tonight. San Diego leads by 10 points. Awalt, and a flag is thrown as Awalt is tackled on the Lobo 39.
Looked as though it was almost a screen pass, but there were no blockers out there in front of him, or at least no linemen out in front of this. As we see him retreat. That looks like just a safety valve pass to Big Bob Awalt.
Here's the call.
Holding on the offense. Penalty is refused. 3rd down. 3rd down.
3rd down at the 38-yard line. There's our perch. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Rebecca. Except Rebecca's here in the stands tonight.
3:07. Down to 3 minutes to go. And the Aztecs use one of their remaining 2 timeouts. So we have 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go. And the Lobos are still sweating out a 10-point deficit. A lot of fans have already left here tonight. And intercepted by Whitehead. Whitehead intercepts down near his 5-yard line. Boy, did he put a piece of coverage on Blanchard.
Excellent coverage. Now, there was a safety blitz. Marcel Weiss is coming. There you see him flying over the pack. Forces Santos to put it up a little early, but Kevin was right there in great position and makes the interception. Excuse me, Kenneth
Whitehead with, I guess, the first interception of his college career. He caught 60 passes on offense.
And that should be the first San Diego State turnover.
Yes, it is. And the Lobos from their 6 now with 2:46 left in the game. They got a big mountain to climb. Down by 10 points. Rogers gets out of bounds at his 28. Well, they worked the clock well. Took up 6 seconds.
That's a good start.
Santos 28 out of 49 tonight for 351 yards. Rucker 28 out of 48 for 404 yards. Now that is some kind of a passing show. Remember last year in San Diego, Gary, when Santos completed 34 for 423 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Rucker in San Diego last year had 413 total offense. So boy, when they tangle, they really put on a show.
It's an offensive show.
Arbonne, and here is a flag, a late flag, but Arbonne was surrounded by about 4 San Diego defenders, and one of the officials from the far sideline came up to throw the flag late.
Okay, now he saw the contact, which might warrant interference, but what he's doing right now is conferring with the official to see if the pass could have been caught. That's critical now in making that judgment. Jolie Dunn is anxious to hear the decision as well.
Disregard the flag.
No flag. Pass was not catchable.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 26 with 2:36 to go. Lobos 74 yards away from a score. Ferranez chasing Rucker. And Billy. Now he gets out of bounds. Oh, what a hit he got.
Oh, yes.
To the 47 of the Lobos.
Well, she has 2 opportunities to decide whether to go in, stay inbounds or go out. Gee, he almost didn't get that snap, as we see in the replay. Now he escapes containment, thanks to Kevin Burgess. Now here's the first decision he has to make. Okay, there's the tackling. Right, stays in bounds. Now here comes the second one. Whoops. Okay, eludes the second one and gets out.
And 2:25 to go. That took 11 seconds. And now it's to Rogers. And Rogers gets to the 33-yard line. The Lobos have 3 score twice.
Yes, they certainly could. Going without a huddle.
Question now is, if you score, are you going to go for 1 or 2? And Shane Hall makes the catch near the 23, and it's enough for the first down. And I think the odds would be that they'd go for 2 on a conversion. Wouldn't they?
I think so too.
Well, you got to keep in mind now that, let's just say, if the Lobos were to pull this out and could go undefeated when they're 7-0, but somebody like BYU's 8-0, BYU's going to have the championship. So the Lobos sure don't want to end up with a tie here tonight. They're down by 10, 2 minutes to go, and the clock is ticking. He can't get out of bounds. And the clock moves 1:42. The Lobos going to take a timeout. Yeah, Burgess is signaling for a timeout, and they stop the clock with 1:38. It's going to be second down just outside the 20 with about 6 or 7 needed. But the clock is more important than the yardage now.
This almost looks like a screen, the way that the San Diego defensive front got in there so quickly.
You know, Gary, that's something I've never thought to ask a coach, and I've always wondered, when you got a situation like this, is the head coach thinking ahead about whether I'm going to go for 1 or 2, or does he have somebody on his staff who is thinking about that or evaluating?
Well, the head
Did you
coach
do that when you were coaching?
The head coach makes the ultimate decision.
Well, I know that, but I mean, at this point, are you thinking ahead that much?
Oh yes, oh yeah. I think he knows right now. There won't be any hesitation on his part. He knows whether or not he's going to go for 2, and I'll bet that he goes for it. In fact, they know what the 2-point play is going to be, too. I mean, they know they go in as part of their game plan having a play that they would use in a 2-point conversion situation.
So the Lobos have it just outside San Diego State's 20. Second down and about 6. 1:38 left. The wind has picked up a little bit now to the backs of the Lobos. 38-28 is the score. Arbonne splits wide to the right. James is split to the left. 2 slot backs. Burgess is the 1 setback. Rogers is the man in motion, now reverse motion. So you have 2 receivers on each side. Rucker throwing for the end zone. James is there. Oh my, he was like a man quarantined, and it is 38-34, and now the conversion attempt. Look how open Rucker gets, or James.
Right now as he retreats, I really don't believe James was his first choice, but he found him well. That has to be a breakdown in the coverage there.
Now they've got Bibbo out on the field, and then here comes Rucker out on the field and signals a timeout, and so the Lobos use one of their remaining 2 times out. But now Bibbo, the place kicker, is still on the field, so it looks like there may be, let's look at the far sideline, guys, if we can, at the north 30-yard line for a discussion by Dunn and some of his assistants.
Bibbo is exiting, and it definitely will be a 2-point try here. And Paul Cates is talking with Billy Rucker on the sideline. Billy will be coming into your picture. They're deciding which play it is that they're going to use for 2 points. And if they do make this 2-point conversion, then it will be that'll put a little pressure on San Diego State.
Well, it'll be 38-36, and then a field goal would win it for New Mexico. 1:34 is the time remaining. Rucker has passed 475 yards, 32 receptions. We better look in a record book and see if that's a Lobo record. Here's the 2-point try. And it fails, so the Lobos are going to need a touchdown now to pull it out. The score, San Diego State 38, New Mexico 34 with 1:34 left.
Okay, oftentimes in a critical situation, it's the little things that break down, and here we don't have an exchange from the quarterback to center. That is discouraging. But the Lobos now only need one score, but the score has to be a touchdown. So it has to keep. They have to keep field position. They've got, let's see, how many timeouts do they have? One timeout left to use. So it's going to be imperative on the defense now to force San Diego State to give up the ball without a first down. Can't even allow one first down in this situation. And they'll have to use their remaining timeout so that when the Lobos get the ball back, chances are they'll have to score a touchdown without a timeout left.
Billy Rucker has broken. Are they taking an injured player away? Who is that? Can you get that number?
It's hard to see.
It's a Lobo player, but we couldn't pick up the number. Bill Bell to kick off. Billy Rucker has broken his own one-game passing yardage. Onside kick coming up here now.
Oh, this is the most exciting play in football right here. Watch, draw a crowd. Oh, what a catch.
San Diego comes up with it. Let's see, that was Gilmore. They had their starting fullback up there to field that ball. Billy Rucker has broken his own one-game passing yardage total record. He passed for 458 against Wyoming here last year. And he's passed for 475 tonight, according to our unofficial statistics kept by Mario Martinez. So it's San Diego's ball now with 1:32 to go, and they have it just outside the Lobo 42-yard line. 38-34, the Lobos trail by 4. And Hardy knifes for some yardage.
And quickly they used the timeout. Had Hardy gained a considerable, there's our great people, Mark Gardner, Rick Spradlin, Stella Lavis, Michi, you want to...
Takahashi. Michi Takahashi. Chuck Weed. You didn't want to try that one, did you?
No,
Alan
I didn't.
Golding and Warren Benjamin, two good cameramen. Richard Garcia, another one. Gerald Burkholm and Lori Ryan. And Channel 14 crew, Pete Bauer, everybody doing a good job. Dudley Bullock and Tom Bullock, Adam Deal, engineering. We didn't get to mention Brian Anderson, the director, and a host of other fine folks here helping out. At the 39 in Lobo territory, a minute 25 to go. Let's see, how many receptions for Mathis tonight? 12 for 193. The Lobo one-game record is 17 catches by Emilio Valles, way back in 1967. Burgess has rushed 17 times for 152 tonight. Mathis 12 catches for 193. Rogers 7 catches for 102, and James 6 catches for 99 and a touchdown. Second down, about 7 for San Diego, and here goes Hardy going for the first down. He's close. Whitehead 7, Vaughn 45. Clock shows 1:13 and ticking.
There's Donnie Gassaway on a stunt, but he was picked up by the fullback and allowed Chris Hardy to use that great change of direction. There's Donnie Stoltz. He's very concerned. He's going to be hoarse tonight after the game.
Billy Rucker's completed 32 tonight, Mario, is that right? Here's the first down by San Diego with 46 seconds left, and San Diego just keeping it on the ground, eating up that clock. Passes completed in one game. That record has been broken tonight by Billy Rucker with 32 completions. The old record was 28 completed in one game by Brad Wright in 1978. And Rucker tonight, 32 for 53. And the 53 attempts ties a single game passing attempt record set by Terry Stone back in 1967. So Billy Rucker continues to break records. But right now the records don't mean much to Rucker or the Lobos, with the clock showing 20 seconds and ticking. And San Diego calls it. I can't believe they call a timeout here with first down on the 31. That's their last timeout, I believe.
That's the second time tonight they've called a timeout in a very unusual situation. I mean, it's pretty cut and dried what's going to happen. They've got 3 tight ends in there, and there you see a disconsolate Joe Lee Dunn who has to wonder, why is it at the last moments of these games that something goes wrong? I'm sure he'd love to know.
Watch Lobo football action as the Lobos host UTEP Saturday night, October 11th. Will be played back at 10 o'clock on Channel 14. That game's an afternoon game, actually.
2 afternoon games on the Lobos schedule this year.
20 seconds remaining. San Diego State 38. New Mexico 34. How much total offense does Billy Rucker have? Here's perhaps the last play of the game because the Lobos have no more times out.
Cannot stop it now.
It's down to 10 seconds, and it looks like it's just going to run out. Some of the players taking their helmets off. There's the story. The noose drawing tighter and tighter around the Lobo necks, and San Diego wins 38-34. And Jolie Dunn looking for Denny Stolz.
Probably discussing, hey, this was a tight one again. They thought it would be a big offensive show as we predicted at the start of the game, and that's what it turned out to be.
Billy Rucker unofficially had 501 yards total offense. That would break the record of 487 that he set last year against Wyoming here. So Billy Rucker had a big night, but the Lobos fall 4 points short. Next week, the Lobos go to Hawaii, and San Diego State will play the Stanford Cardinal. Now, this is Connie Alexander speaking for Gary Ness from University Stadium, repeating the final score. San Diego State University 38, New Mexico 34. Adios.
Lobo football on Channel 14 was brought to you in part by Ajax Mobile Home. We've got the spirit, and it shows. By Coors Premium Beer, the beer with a difference worth tasting. Coors is the one. And by Coors Light, the Silver Bullet. There's no slowing down with the Silver Bullet. The Lobos will be back on your great entertainer in 2 weeks as they host quarterback Sammy Garza and the University of Texas El Paso Miners. Join Connie Alexander and Gary Ness for all the action as the Wolfpack renew their rivalry with the Miners Saturday, October 11th at 10 o'clock on KGSW-TV Channel 14.